Hey there, we are live here at Horseshoe Las Vegas for the final day of the National Horseplayers Championship. It's the day everybody's going for the glory, going for that top prize of $825,000, over $3 million on the line. Joined by amazing co-hosts Ryan Anderson, Jason Avila, and right off the bat, we've got President and CEO of the NTRA, Tom Rooney. Tom.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for having us. So, 27th NHC.
Right, and this is the biggest and best one. I feel like I say that every year, but our team here, Michelle and Holly, continue to outdo themselves. We've had more entries this year than ever, the biggest prize pool ever, and we're going to announce something after this year's NHC, which will show that it's going even to the next level. So we're really excited about that. And, you know, got a lot of famous people here this year, and as we do every year, but, you know, in the end, it's going to come down to who can pick these horses the best, and we've had a lot of exciting stories so far this weekend, and looking forward to the final table here coming up soon.
I know, it's that time, and I love the tease for the announcement at the end. We'll be on bated breath for that. What is your favorite part of this whole weekend?
I think it's coming up, but honestly, just hearing from, you know, the players, their personal stories. You know, my family sort of got where they are in this world because my grandfather was really good at this stuff, and with that, he was able to buy a professional football team. And you know, I probably wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for him being able to pick these horses back in the early 1920s and 30s. And you know, so it's very near and dear to my heart. But just listening to like America's Best Racing stories about individual people's, you know, journey to get here and what it means to them. And you know, at some point, you know, I saw the former the reigning champion there, who we had down in Palm Beach to give the Eclipse Awards to. At some point today, we're going to figure out who that is, and you know, that person's going to be crowned the best horse player in the country, and that's really exciting for everything that we do in the sport, to make sure that we recognize that person too.
Yeah, it's a huge title. I mean, everyone works so hard to get here, and it's really hard to get here. You mentioned a professional sports team in your background. We keep seeing more and more professional sports players in horse racing, in the tournament space. What do you think it is about this world that draws people like that in?
You know, I think that it's that anybody can, it doesn't matter who you are or what your background, or whether you're in shape or out of shape. I mean, if you're good at this and you're disciplined and you can figure out and you have good intuition and you work hard during the year, you can qualify for this, and you can get here and be in this room, which is amazing, and then have a chance actually to win a lot of money. But as we have heard from previous champions before, for some of these guys, it really is life-altering money. I mean, it can change people's lives, what happens here this weekend. So it's very exciting.
Do you have any top moments or stories where you've heard the impact from somebody that this tournament has had that just sticks with you and is like, this is why I'm here?
I mean, I just heard one from a I mean, there's so many, but I just, you know, a horse sportscaster was just talking about how he did well here several years ago, got a job with the Daily Racing Form. Through that, met his wife, has children now. I mean, the impetus of that was right here. So those type of things are cool. I also have a former staffer who used to work for me that, thanks to me, got involved in horse racing and started doing this and qualified, and he's here this year. So I was just sitting with him, sort of, you know.
Incredible.
Yeah, seeing how he's doing. He's not doing very well, but he's here.
Well, you know, we started the show right off the bat with you, so we didn't really set the stage for the audience. Can you kind of clue in, like, what's happening here and what the rest of the day looks like?
Yeah, so this is the final day for the National, sorry, my allergies are getting me, National Horseplayers Championship, and we had over almost 900 entries here today, qualifying all year long to get here, the best of the best in this country for playing the horses. And the prize pool this year is as big as it's ever been. We'll be given north of $800,000 to the champion today, and then a lot of other prizes too for those that come in behind that. Right now, we're about to do the final table, which is the top, I think, 10, and those 10 will battle it out over the next couple hours for who's going to get the big check from me. So
that must be fun, getting to present the check.
Yeah. It's not a real check, Happy Gilmore. You can't really cash it. But.
I would want to take that home with me. Like, do people try to fly that home? Can that be a carry-on item?
I don't know if we take that back or what happens to that thing after today.
Fit in the overhead bin space.
It would be like
just walk
plastered
into
on
the
the
plane
wall.
with the big check being like, big winner.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, this tournament really is growing every year. Like you're saying, it's the biggest and best you've ever had. I know you have, well, I don't know what it is, but you've said there's kind of an announcement later. But the Last Chance tournament we see growing every year. It has over 1,000 entries now consistently. What do you kind of see for like the future and growth of this tournament?
You know, and not just that, but, you know, the guy I was just speaking about, he didn't qualify for today, but there's always something that you can come back for, and our team does a good job. Today is the Sunday Silver tournament, and you can win $25,000 from that if you stay today and just basically start fresh. So he's doing that. A lot of other guys that really could have gone home have stayed to enter that. You know, that I think that people are passionate about this sport and want to be in this room and want to compete and really hang out with their table mates, which it's another story I always hear is like they come back and they get to sit with the same people every year and they really love reconnecting. It's kind of like a little fraternity and sorority here of horse players that, you know, get to see each other every year. But yeah, I think that the biggest thing, you know, is what we're about to experience this final table. What I would love to see is at some point we're able to figure out a way to make this final table work for television to where people want to, kind of like the World Series of Poker, want to tune in and see of these 10 people and then get their backstories from you all, right. And then, you know, kind of have somebody to cheer for and then sort of see where that goes. It's hard when you're not able to understand why they're picking the horses they're picking before they announce it. Sure. Like, we don't know their picks until, you know, the bell goes off. So we have to figure out a way to do that. But when you have this many people in a room betting on a sport and we haven't figured out how to make it TV ready yet live, that's something I'd love to be able to do, because it's just, if this was any other sport,
absolutely.
Every network would be here covering it.
It has everything you need, right?
Yeah.
The adrenaline, the excitement,
right.
The competition. We actually brought a sports bettor influencer out to play in the Last Chance, First Chance.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is like a March Madness watch party, but cooler. He's like, I want to come here every year. So I think it's, you're right, like the passion of the people in this room, it's everything. And once anybody sees it, all they want to do is come back.
So we've all got to figure out a way to follow each player as they're picking the horse without giving away who they're picking to the other players, so that it's something that's, you know, made
like where
for
you can
TV.
see the cards on the poker on the hand. I
mean, it's like I said, the first time I walked into this room several years ago, I was just like, oh my God, there's like a lot of people in here, and it's like a lot of energy. Like, how is this not on television?
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's something for us to figure out.
Tom, Horseplayers, we're never short on opinions and ideas. And I know every year I come here, throughout the year when we're playing in tournaments at our home tracks, we all have opinions and ideas on the format should be this, it should, you guys, you know, maybe change this and that. And, you know, the TV thing has always come up because we obviously want to get it out there. Are you guys open to or thinking about potentially making any format changes or down the road?
I know that in the 5 years that I've been here, there have been changes that we have. First of all, we have a committee, a Horseplayers committee, that we use as a reference and as kind of a sounding board for the things that you're talking about. Also, sometimes, unfortunately, for disciplinary reasons of other players, what they think is fair, if there's anything nefarious happening here. But every year we have sort of like as we used to say in the Army, an after-action report where we get together as a team and we talk about what can we do to make this better. This is what the committee is recommending. This is what we think will make these things better, whether it's re-signing a contract with Caesars and Horseshoe for the next 3 years, or things like that. But I know that over the years since I've been here, Michelle and Keith Shamblin, our Chief Operating Officer, have come to me and said, hey, we want to do this little change or that little change at the NHC. Are you good with that? And, you know, these guys have been doing this for way longer than I've been plugged in. So if they're for it and the committee's for it, then I'm 99% of the time for it. So
you really have a great team. I mean, to pull off this kind of event is incredible. And it shows. It's growing. Everybody has a great time. People who aren't even qualified come here just to be in the room if they've been qualified in the past. So, Tom, we so appreciate you coming on here to chat with us. We're excited to watch you present that big check in just a couple of hours to whoever the winner is going to be. So thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have Rachel standing by with the current leader of the tournament in first place right now, Richard Sugimoto. Rachel.
Correct. I'm sitting here right next to Richard, who's currently #1 on the leaderboard. Richard, how does this feel?
It feels wonderful. I listen. And unbelievable. It's only my second time here playing. First time I came here was in 2016. And in all those years in between, just playing contests on different sites, getting the feel of contest play.
Did you ever expect to be in this situation where, obviously this contest starts with over 1,000 entries, we're into the day where the final table is on the line. Was there any, dreaming of this moment, or were you just playing to come enjoy?
Dreaming the last 3 nights of being at the final table. So I guess those dreams came true.
What does that mean for you as a horse player?
I guess it's one thing on my bucket list. And that's a really great feeling. I like playing. Keeps your mind sharp.
I know, and
playing against all these wonderful handicappers is amazing. I recognize a lot of names.
To be in this room is one thing, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that you've seen in contests, competed with over the years, and now sitting #1. And this race at Aqueduct is actually about to go off. I don't know if you guys want to split the screen back on the set, but Richard and I are going to be here rooting on. Tell them your pick in this race.
#2, Lean Music Machine.
Okay, so you're going to get a live reaction here. There they go. Okay, the 2.
Falling back. We'll see.
And this is a 7-1. So you said you were not changing your strategy, not changing your approach today.
No, but he's doing okay. He's coming up now on the leaders.
All right, okay, he's moving. I hope that you guys are seeing this too. At home, having one to root for. It's, but one thing we didn't touch on is, Richard, you have a pretty good lead right now, $301.22. By the way, at table 122, my parents' lucky number is 20.
I don't know either. But.
Okay, there's 2. Come on, Lean Music Machine. Come on, come on, get up. Oh, come on, come on, come on.
Here we go.
Machine and 3 little birds on the grandstand side. Nice horse race on here. A final furlong. Market pedals on, and here's 3 little birds. Market pedals on, and here's 3 little birds. 3 little birds to the outside. Moments notice not.
Didn't quite make it. But good try.
A good try. A couple more bullets left. So how many more plays do you have left today?
Just the mandatories in the afternoon.
So with this, are you feeling relaxed? You're the picture of relaxation, in my opinion. You seem very calm, Richard.
Yeah, you have to be. Keep your wits about you.
So you said that you're from Southern California, go to Santa Anita from time to time. You think you're going to go on any trips or maybe bucket list visits to other race courses if you cash here?
Yeah.
or when you cash here, because you will?
I do. I might rent an RV and then visit some tracks around the country.
What's on the bucket list?
A European vacation is one, since I'm originally from Europe, born in France. And my first horse race was the 1993 Breeders' Cup races, the first race I ever went to. And my handicapping angle at that time was pick the French horses, and of course Archanges won the Breeders' Cup at 133-1. And then the next handicapping angle was the prettiest girl in the stall. I didn't know anything about horses.
Well, clearly you know a little something now. Richard, the leader, we want you to be able to lock in and enjoy the moment, savor this. Thank you for taking the time to chat with us.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. What a moment to be in the lead. He's way too relaxed. I'd be like shaking and quivering. But guys, this really is it. This is the last race, Fairgrounds race 3, I believe, is the last. Am I right, guys? This is the last race in the semifinals. So, is that correct? There were a bunch of races that like went off right at the same time, and I think this is the last one on the list because Aqueduct Race 4 just went off, and I think Fairgrounds Race 3 is going to be it. So we'll double check the leaderboard after that. We've had some movement, and Richard is still in first, leading by $12 over Frank Polk. We still have Dan Piazza in 6th place. Last year's winner. He's looking like he's going to be on the final table again this year. But, I mean, they're separated by dollars.
It's wild.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
A lot could happen here. I mean, if we've got a 10-horse field, full field, Ryan, who would you play in here if you were sitting maybe $15 back?
$15 back, you got to look for a price. So in a race that we're on the turf, obviously, we're going a mile. So maybe a little bit of chaos can happen, and a lot of these Louisiana breds are all kind of very similar. I'd probably lean towards the 5 in Clearly Artemis. Shane Wilson's a very good trainer out in Louisiana. Jareth Loveberry, a very capable jockey who's currently winning at about 12%. So I'd probably take the 5 here and hope for obviously a price if I'm sitting a little bit out of the final table picture right now.
What about you, Jason?
I'd probably go with the 2 Little Central with Marcelino Pedroza. Drifted up in the odds a little bit. I was kind of surprised, but that would probably be my play. I think made up some good ground last time, but went slower early than usually happens with that gelding. So I would go with the 2 Little Central.
Hey, there you have it. Those are the picks. We'll see what happens here in just a second, and then we'll show you the leaderboard to find out who the top 10 will be for the final table.
Went for an early run now for Axel Concepcion. It's Code of Parapluie who leads them out to the stretch at 64-1. Establishes an early 2.5 length lead on Aiden's Edge at the 6.5. Rick toward the inside, Musical Band and Victory Prince on the outside as these leaders go to the back of the course. Sees the Win has a white cap, and Metairie is covering a lot of ground. Little Central is in behind horses there in the leading Owner's Silks. That comes Clearly Artemis with Von Erich out deep on the course, and Nippet gets shuffled back to last. The opening quarter was 23.91 seconds. This long odds leader, Code of Parapluie, leads here the maiden turf mile to a half mile out from a tracking Aiden's Edge, length and a half. Musical Band holds the rail there at 28 feet. Victory Prince makes a bid between horses, and on the outside of them is Sees the Win. There comes Little Central, who's racing 5 lengths off this leader as they enter the far turn. Metairie wide both turns. Clearly Artemis toward the inside, one of the Britland stable 2. Von Erich second to last, and Nippet still trails them. The half mile went in 48.05 seconds. These leaders coming toward the quarter pole. And here's this bid by Aiden's Edge. Aiden's Edge in the black cap for Colby Hernandez as they turn for home. Metairie coming with a sweep. Sees the Win is right there. Coda Parapluie has dropped back once headed. 3/4, 113.78 seconds. And Metairie has taken the lead here for Sophia Vives. Metairie opens up a 3-length lead into the final furlong from a staying on Victory Prince. Then Sees the Win. Aiden's Edge toward the inside. Here comes Victory Prince for Jose Ortiz. Victory Prince slowly reels Metairie in. It's Victory Prince. Victory Prince finishes on top by 3/4 length to Metairie. Sees the win was third. Aidens Edge from Artemis 10-5.
Okay, so the favorite wins, which I'm very curious if you're maybe sitting in 10th place, 15th, 20th place, and you're only a couple bucks out. I bet some people took the favorite just to move up. And then a 13-1 got second place. So you get points in this tournament for getting first or second. So I don't think it'll be as crazy of a leaderboard shift as if that 10 would have won and you had a 13-1 win the race. But I do think we will see some changes on the board.
I'm curious to see what happens. I don't know how updated this leaderboard is, but 10th and 11th is very, very slim in between. So a 4 to 5 shot or 3 to 5 shot could actually mean the final table or not getting on the final table. I don't think we'll be able to see the picks of 10 and 11 and 12, but we'll know Ken Jordan at 264.48, see if he holds on.
If he holds on, exactly. Okay, in the meantime, are you ready for us, Dan? I think Dan is ready for us.
You
Dan,
got us?
We've got you. Okay, he's with royalty famous Michelle Ravencraft here.
They called you the world famous Michelle Ravencraft, Senior Vice President of Events here at the NTRA. We've shouted you out like 10 times over the past couple of days, that's why.
Well, thank you very much. I've been doing this for about 25 years and I absolutely love it. I love being here. I love being in this room. We have a great staff, so everybody, all of the NTRA staff's a superstar, but everybody here is already a winner once they get here.
Well, we started with, what's the exact number? 651 people, does that sound right to you?
128 entries.
All right, 651 people, 828 entries. We're about to be down to the final 10. Explain the format for the people who are not familiar with the final table here at the NHC. What does that look like?
Okay, so the final 10 will play 7 mandatory races, and they'll do the same. They'll have a $2 win place bet on the 7 races, on the same horse in the 7 races. Okay. It's going to start with Fairgrounds number 5 at 12:45, and the last mandatory will be at Santa Anita 5 at 3 o'clock, and then we'll crown our Horse Player of the Year.
And for those of the people who are not in the room, you've been through a number of these, and so you've seen them play out in a bunch of different ways. Describe the energy here and some of the swings and the shifts we'll see over the next couple hours.
I know it's exciting because it's a pretty tight at the top 10. I didn't see the last leaderboard update, but I think we're going to have an exciting top 10 this year.
So the top 10 right now, as you mentioned, pretty tight. The leader has a little over 301. The person in 10th has 265, and then they're pretty tightly packed behind them. So we are waiting for a leaderboard update to know who makes that top 10. And from there, what's some of the, there's a little pomp and circumstance in terms of the, what all the players do here. Give us a preview of what we're going to see.
So what we'll see is we'll ask the top 10, once it's announced, to come up to the, this is what we call our final table, and they'll come up, they'll get some instructions on how to play, they'll sign a consent form, and then they'll be playing from the terminals. They have to play in the self-service machines, all their picks. They'll have a staff take them up to the machine. They'll make sure they got their pick in. The pick will go to one of our staff, and then once the race starts, we post to all the top 10 who they are playing.
So it's got a little bit of that award show vibe where, like, they have a ticket that's sort of placed in, like, where their pick is in advance, and they're also led just for, like, I guess, auditing reasons and all the rest of it to the machines, correct?
To the machines to make sure we get that paper so we can post their pick so everybody can see who they're playing and root for their favorite.
Yeah, and those picks go up on the board, so we'll see them. We're going to be here at the center of the room once all the players come out here. All right, there's the update. So can we get a shot of the leaderboard from here? Let's just take a quick step back. All right, so that's probably your closest shot right there. I can tell you there's no change at the top. Richard Sugimoto, who you just saw a few moments ago, on with Rachel. He will go into the final 10 with 301.22, and Frank Pokes in second with 288.
And it looks like we have our past champion who's also made the final table. As 2 others that made the final table last year.
It's pretty remarkable. Dan Piazza, who we've talked about a number of times, he is in 7th right now, won the NHC. No player has ever won the NHC twice, correct?
That's correct.
And crazy enough, 2 years in a row now. And Dylan Donnelly, you mentioned as well, made the final table last year.
He did, and I'm almost 100% GT Nixon did too, but.
I do remember seeing that name up there as well last year too. That is absolutely remarkable.
Exciting.
All All right, guys, so we're going to let you guys set things up back there. We're going to wait for the players to come down here. We're going to try to speak to as many of them as we can. And, yeah, we'll see who wins this thing. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, this is the moment. We've got our final table, and we've been joined by somebody who has been on the final table before. We have Marshall Graham here. You were on the final table in 2019, right?
Yeah, it was a long time ago, but it was super exciting. You know, I don't remember having the scoreboard updates like they do now, so I really didn't know until they announced the numbers. And when they announced the numbers, I actually skipped over my name because I had a different mandatory because I had a horse running, and so then they skipped my name and then they paused and they reset it. And I in that little moment I panicked because I was like, oh my God, did I think I had a different number than I actually had? But this is an amazing final table. This is Dylan Donnelly's there, Ken Jordan's there, ITP is there, it's the defending champ is there. This is going to be an epic final table, and the scores are fairly compressed.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's going to be an exciting afternoon to watch.
It really is. And we got Tammy Johns, too, who was at the lead yesterday. So we've got a woman represented on the final table, which is awesome. Marshall, what can you speak to for the emotions that are running through all these people's heads right now? Is it panic? Were you panicked? Were you calm? Did you have a plan?
I mean, I hadn't looked at the 7 races. I remember that. So I had a little bit of time to look at the 7 races. It was really close. I was in 7th and kind of flattened out. I'd had a good tournament. I remember in that tournament I had 2 cap horses like within 5 minutes.
Oh wow!
So and then I hit sort of late in the day on Sunday. So late on Sunday, right before thing end, I hit a nice like 6-1 that put me in it. But I was in 7th. The guy in 8th jumped to 3rd, and the guy in 9th won, Scott Coles.
Right.
So, and it was tight. The bull was tight like this, and so I think that's what makes it really compelling. Is despite the fact that really both days, especially Friday, we had a lot of prices, unusually a lot of prices, that we have this compact leaderboard that's going to make each of these 7 races exciting. So, and the one thing about adding the Silver Sunday contest is it's really kept everybody here, so everyone watches and plays along, and so there's a lot of excitement in the air. I mean, just even watching that last race at Fairgrounds, knowing the implications of the 3 to 5 shot, chasing down the Sophia Vives on the lead, and what that probably meant for these players. You know, again, I'm super excited to see them play this out. I'm sure they all have a plan, and really, I think you know, it becomes a lot of game theory. Now you're not only playing against, you know, not only you're, you know, maybe playing your picks, you're playing the odds, you're playing against each other. So the strategy really now changes, right? And it depends on how efficient you believe the market is and how well priced the horses are. Depends on what you do, because now, you know, we're 7 races away from that final number, and by the time we get to the last two, certainly the last race, it's all about a number.
Yeah.
Right. So it's,
and you're looking at the prize money, and you're thinking, you know, is it worth taking a shot to get here, or do I backdoor the next spot up, or what did you end up?
You know what I think is going to happen here is a lot of these people are experienced players, they're named players, and I think they're going to want to win. And so I think that even though there is some first, second, third, you know, there's some disparity there, I'd be surprised if we don't have a lot on the swing for the fences, and then we get to the last race and some of them even out of it, they're not going to want to move up 1 or 2 spots. They're going to shoot for the lead. I think, you know, the glory is winning the Eclipse Award. The glory is having your name up on the, you know, on this the board you walk in on. And so I think that especially with this table that we have here, we're going to see a lot of people taking shots.
I mean, everyone's so close together. Like in past years when there's been an outlier who's $100 ahead and you're like, okay, do I want to go for the 800 or do I want to try to go for the 300 in second? But this, everybody has a really even chance to get that top spot. Marshall, we heard Michelle Ravencroft saying there's familiar names on the board. We see these repeat people come back and perform well every year. You're one of those. You're always in the game, in the play. You've won the BCBC. What's that like, being a player who's consistently?
Well, I mean, you know, this tournament is really hard, and it's a matter of getting on the right run. And there's nothing more exciting when things are going well. 2 years ago, I had like $150 in the first 2 hours. and then I basically flattened out. I was in a great, so I had $100, so I had a big lead already, and had I think the next best score was 60, and then I hit an 18-1 shot, the longest shot of the day at Aqueduct, and then I flattened out. But when things are going well, you sort of want to bottle that. I had a good run yesterday where I had a lot of hits in a row, so there's nothing better. But this contest itself is really unforgiving when things don't go well. You can start looking at Friday for your plane ticket home. So
we've got Dan or Rachel standing by with somebody where things didn't go so well. I think they're standing by with Dave Portnoy right now. We're gonna toss to them.
Yes, you guys see me?
We see you.
Okay, sweet. Dave, yes. Now I'll come on down to you. So how did the rest of yesterday shape up?
Never bounced back after that 9 horse. And I think I probably panicked a little bit too early. You start going for longer shots, and I don't know that you needed them. But yeah, we were not good. That was the last cash ticket.
Silver Sunday, potentially on the line today. Any better luck?
No. I'd have to get very hot in these last 7 races, the 6 mandatories, but no, it's kind of like deflating. This is like a bronze medal game. It's like, why do you even have it? So it's a little depressing.
Not here for the participation trophy. Does this mean that you might be diversifying into some other bets here today, though, or just straight tournament play?
No, I'll do a couple other bets. I don't want to keep hammering it home, but for everyone listening, the CAWs are ruining betting, so I would be firing away on all cylinders, but I just can't stomach like wild swings after the gates open, which Gulfstream happens all the time. So I will bet, but I probably saved myself millions upon millions of dollars because I'm like playing, I'm firing big. So I don't do that anymore, and I just twiddle my thumbs and hope for the CAWs to get banned.
So are you potentially going to be shifting gears a little bit over to some other sports coming up? Do you get involved in, March Madness? Is horse racing your most favorite thing to gamble on, or these other sports come into the mix?
Well, I bet on it all. So March Madness is my favorite 40 days of the year. But horse racing is my single favorite sport to bet on. I absolutely love it. So it does stink that I've had to pull it back a little bit. I tell Brad, again, the Weisborg, the Bloodstock agent, I'm like, I'd rather you buy me more horses because I just lose at gambling. But he's just so stupid, he can't get that through his head.
So what's the Barstool audience's response to horse racing? Do you feel like there's a lot new fans and bettors flocking in by way of you being involved?
Yeah, I think there are. They follow. I'm convinced we've made the NHC harder to qualify. I think the publicity that we're getting the entries are going up more, which makes it more difficult. But our crowd are gamblers. That's really what Barstool started as. It was like a 4-page newspaper gambling rag. We used to put it in Suffolk Downs so you could get it. So I think there is a lot of crossover.
So you say the Go-Go Gray Horse is usually very bet down by the fandom.
Yeah.
What's the vision? What's the year? What are we manifesting for a Go-Go Gray Horse in the Derby or Oaks?
So my horses aren't cheap. They're good pedigrees. We're spending anywhere between, 300, 700. So they're real horses. And I have come to the conclusion, if I can have one legitimate horse on the Derby trail before I die, that will be a win. Because I know how hard it is. And relatively speaking, I'm a poor person, compared to, a lot of people buying horses. I can't have the stables they have. So if I think 14 now horses, and I probably can't carry that many more. So if I have one real great horse, my dream is probably to win the Travers. I'd almost pick that over the Derby because I have a house in Saratoga. I grew up going to Saratoga. It's kind of my home track. So, but any big race like that, I just want one from a baby where I see them born and follow them all the way through. I have no interest in buying into horses who I know are already good. If it's early, fine, but I want to follow them from, basically birth all the way through. So it's a hard thing to do.
And I love that that's your approach as an owner, is kind of the do right by the horse. You said that you want to retain these horses, have sole ownership. so you can make those decisions? Talk about that.
Yeah, so no go. Any horse I buy, I'll never sell. I'll never be in a claiming race. It's probably like if you got bought by Go Grays, the horse should be happy because if they can't run, they just go to the farm. If you're filly, you'll be a broodmare like Wonder Girl Carly, undefeated. Shout out Wonder Girl Carly, 1-0 lifetime, but then came up with a foot injury. We had to retire her, so she just went to full with an into mischief. So if you'll either do that or just go live a life and get fat and happy on the farm. But I'll never let anyone else get any of my horses because I would never be able to stomach seeing it in a low-level claimer and a different. It's very important to me my horses are treated right from birth all the way through their life. So that's expensive, but worth it to me.
I mean, I just imagine they're living the same life as Peaches and Pete. You know, these horses are pampered. They're getting attention from the dogs at the track. And the dogs, they love the backside at Saratoga.
Favorite thing to do in the morning. We take Peaches and Pete and we go visit all our horses on the backside, say hello. That's my favorite part of the sport. Like, obviously you want to win, but we love the horse. We bring them, candies, apples, whatever they'll eat. So that's part of the game for us.
So shifting gears slightly, obviously it's Derby fever season. What horses do you kind of have your eye on this year for the Derby?
So, listen, I like Puma, but the little man, Brad, he's like, you're so stupid. That was a slow race. What are you talking about? I thought he was wide. I thought he looked good. Very impressive race yesterday in the Virginia Derby from Mott's horse, who we had in the contest. So you've got to keep an eye on him, obviously. Those are a couple that I'm looking at early, and then we'll see as it goes. But I was impressed by Puma. I'm curious to see the next race.
Yeah, another one. Ooh, is there a certain prep race that you think is the most important for the Derby? Obviously, we've got Arkansas Derby end of the month, Bluegrass Stakes at Keeneland. What do you think?
Arkansas Derby certainly has been a pretty good one. Florida Derby last year, had Sovereignty and Tapon Road that came out of it and got hurt. I don't know. I think it changes every year, but the Arkansas Derby seems to be a pretty good prep race over the years.
We were just talking about last year's winner, Sandman. Did you bet him in that race?
I did not have him in that race. Horses that come from that far back, I have a hard time betting. I feel like they win a lot of times, maybe in the prep races, and in the Derby it's really hard. I did not have Sandman in that race, but I do like Sandman. How could I not? He's great.
I mean, maybe if the racing thing doesn't work out for Sandman, you could bring him into the fold with this farm of gray retired racehorses.
Yeah, it's going to be a great farm. It's like you would, I'm sure you watch the Silver Charm videos from like old friends. I watch those every time he puts them out. That's kind of like the dream life.
So that's us. Those are our videos, in case you didn't know.
Good videos. I saw the other day the guys like, I'm happy if just my wife and Silver Charm are standing up. It was very cute.
Michael is the best. If you haven't gone and toured Old Friends, I think that you would love Michael. You would vibe with him. He's like just as obsessed and in love with the horses as you. Yeah, waking up, smashing up the biscuits by hand. I think that could be your future. Is that the end goal maybe when you're retired? You've got your house in the center of the farm surrounded by your gray horses?
So we have a lot of our babies at Delridge Farm, which we visit when they're like, giving birth, and that's kind of the dream. Yeah, have the dogs, a horse farm. Problem is I don't know how to do any of the work on the farm, so you got to have other people doing the work, and then you can just go pet the horses and feed them. It's kind of like a winery, like the wine, but you don't like picking the grapes. So we just need help on that side of it.
All right. Well, I think there's a lot of people that would be willing to help. Yes,
We've
Alexa.
got one more question because we're trying to figure out a team dinner plan today, and we want low key. Are there any good pizza recommendations in Vegas?
Oh, okay. The question from this set is we're trying to figure out our last team dinner for tonight. Any pizza recommendations for us here? Is there any winners?
Vegas is not like the greatest pizza town. Frank Miramani has been blowing up my buddy Elio saying Miami Slice. Miami Slice is great in Miami. I have not had it in Vegas, so Miramani says that's the spot. It is good, but I haven't been to the chain one.
Okay, noted. That's a great tip. Good insights here. Thanks as always, Dave.
You're welcome.
I'm sure we'll be seeing you around more at the races and hopefully back at the NHC next year, but
Just stay away.
I will. The bad luck charm will exit the building, but I'm sure that there's some exciting updates back at you all now that the final table is set.
Yes, thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Dave. Always appreciate tuning in. And we have another really exciting guest who's joined us. Basil DeVito is here. What's up, Basil?
How are you?
Good, how are you? Congratulations, you cashed.
Yeah, I can't complain.
Where did you end up on the board?
I think it's 50th.
50th.
Right at 50.
So let's see, 50th, you're taking home $15K.
Yep, I'm
That's
delighted.
pretty sick.
It's always, no matter what happens, and I spend time in advance reminding myself how hard it is, just want to make the cut. So I'm very proud. This was my 3rd straight year making the cut.
Congrats, that's hard to do. How many times have you competed here?
This was my 12th.
12th. And 3rd straight time cashing. Are those the only 3 times you've made the
No,
cut?
I've cashed 5 times.
Wow, I bet you're in the top percent for doing that.
Well, yeah, I look 3 times in a row. It seems not that common.
No, yeah.
So that was really my goal. And the funny part about it is, after Friday, I had $28.
Oh shit! So
Goes
you
to
really
show
had a
you.
banner day yesterday.
Yeah, no, I had no chance. So that was.
What was the play that got you back in the game?
You know what? I'm not going to remember. It was a 9 horse on the grass. I think it was Colonial. It was a max horse late in the day.
Like 15 to 1, 10
No,
to
it was a max horse.
Oh, a
Capper.
cap.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Rock on.
What happened was, when I started the day, I thought, I can't look for long shots all day. So I figured I'd just try to play normal, and I got it up to about $99, and then I hit that horse. So that made all the difference.
Amazing. Well, I'm so glad you cashed. Basil, I was creating your lower third nameplate for the show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do I put here? Because I've heard all kinds of things like you created the WWE, you're consulted to. Can you give us some background on where you come from?
Yeah, can I start before the WWE?
Absolutely.
All right. I come from New York. I went to Ohio University as an undergrad. I also got a master's degree in sports management from Ohio U. And in 1978, nobody knew what that was. And most people didn't think it was a worthwhile pursuit. And I worked at the Indiana Pacers for 2 seasons. And then, I don't know how historical fans you are, I spent 5 years producing the Bob Knight Show in Indiana. And then I went to work for Vince in the WWF in June of 1985, and basically stayed for 35 years. So the best description really is that I walked in, got on the elevator on the ground floor, and was able to ride it all the way up to the top.
That's pretty cool. What a ride.
I was the 33rd employee.
Wow. Wow. Are there any moments, I mean, that's a long history there, but are there any moments that were like some of the most exciting or pivotal times?
Well, I did leave the company a couple of times to go full-time into thoroughbred racing. What kind of decision-making process that is, I don't know. But at one particular time in the late 90s, I was not an employee of the WWE. I was still very friendly, talking and whatnot, and I was working for the NTRA and Winter Communications doing the television, and I was at the Breeders' Cup at Arlington, whenever that was, 98 or 99, I guess. Oh, I don't know, whenever it was.
Sure.
And Vince called, and he said, I want to ask you a favor. And I said, sure. He says, well, you better hear what it is first. And I said, it's a little like James Gandolfini calling, you know, who, I mean, that was the height of the Sopranos. So I said, what am I going to say? Yes. And he said, oh, you got a good point. So he brought me back then, and then that's when the XFL came up. in 2000, and we started the XFL. So it's pretty much fun to be able to start a whole football league from scratch and be on NBC, and it was very cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the wildest resume. But you're here. You're here at the horses, so the horses keep pulling you back.
That's right.
And the
that's right.
tournaments keep pulling you back. What about this space? How does it compare to other sports spaces you've been in?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear all that.
How does horse racing and tournaments compare to the other sports spaces you've been in?
Well, let me give you some perspective. This year's Kentucky Derby will be my 52nd consecutive. So I'm an event kind of guy.
Yeah.
This is, the NHC is the only and best real opportunity to earn money in contest play for the populist. It's a very populist event. You could be anybody. There are people with all different levels of expertise. And, if you take your time and work at it, I'm no expert, you can do it. And so that's what I think about this event. It is the best horse player experience in the country, and it's unique in that you can't buy your way in, and the camaraderie is amazing. So I love it.
It is. It's a great place to be. We got people in the comments saying, more Basil, please. The fans are loving you. Okay, I got one more question for you. Ryan, you have a question, I can tell.
I think so. Do you think for the final table it would add an element of maybe some drama if they each got a walkout song?
A what?
A walkout song, similar to WWE.
I don't even like what the NFL has done. We did it. We were first. Come on.
So, okay, maybe not for here, but what would your walkout song be?
What would my walkout song would be? Oh, that's a tough one. I guess it might be Roll Me Up and Smoke Me When I'm Gone.
A little morbid, but we love it. Yeah. Amazing. Okay, one more question. What are you going to do with your $15K that you took away today?
Oh, that's already been spent. Come on.
You've been hitting the table? Are you a blackjack player?
Come on. We just keep rolling it along.
Fair enough. Well, Basil, thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
We appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Thanks for supporting the event.
Absolutely. We hope to see you back in the cut and maybe the final table next year.
Well, I just first need to get back.
Yeah. You will. We know you'll be here.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Basil. Okay, Dan is standing by. He's got a final table contestant.
Hey, Alexa, do you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, cool. I just texted you a minute ago. I said we're gonna do a different plan, but actually no. Now we'll go find him.
We can do a different plan.
Do you have anybody at the set?
We just let Basil go, but find Gino because Gino was going to give an update on how Team DRF did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Gino. So where's Gino? I don't know where Gino is. You want to just walk with me around the room, or you don't want to see the back of my head?
I mean, the back of your head looks great. What hat are you wearing today?
That's the same hat I always wear. It's the ABR hat.
ABR hat. There we go. There's the plug.
How's it going, bud? Former NHT champion. How about this? Mike Gillum, how's it going?
Good. Not too bad.
All right. Does it feel? How does it feel at this moment? I guess there's no stress right now, at least.
No stress for me. I didn't make it, but gave it a shot and just didn't happen. But I got a buddy over here I'm rooting on, so hopefully he brings it home.
Who is this?
Roger. Roger over there. That's my route for the final table.
What advice would you give to the remaining players? Now, Dan Piazza obviously won this last year. Probably doesn't need too much advice. A couple of other players who have been to the finals before. What advice would you give them?
Play who you like and try to move up the board. The board is only $33, so it's a tight board. A lot can happen. Stick to your guns. You could always fire at the very end on a long shot, but stick to your guns and play who you like. And at the last shot, race, you could go bombs away if you need to, but if not, stay what you like. Is my advice. But
last question for you: since you won this, was that 2 years ago now? 2 years ago now. I forget what the top prize was, but this year it's $825,000. Just talk about what that winning this means to you and how that changes your life.
It just changed everything. It's hard to even. I don't know. Still can't even put my head around it. It's just it was just an incredible thing that happened. I'm no better than all these guys are all professionals, or not professionals, but really good handicappers, and it was just my day that day, and don't really have much to say.
I feel like you're almost as emotional talking about it now as you were 2 years ago when I was talking to you about it.
Yeah, I am. It's just still really haven't grasped. It's been 2 years, and I'm proud to wear this ring, so I'll always have it.
Get a
They
tight
can't
shot
ever
on
take
that
it away,
ring.
So still just really happy and ecstatic. So
Let's get a close-up of that ring. Show people what else is at stake in addition to the prize pool.
Damn, that's
and
some
I'm
bling right there.
I'm seeing another one of the finalists from last year's table. So now he's mid-bite. What are you eating here? For this year, you actually get to eat before the final table. Tell us about your run last year and kind of what you learned being at the final table last year.
Just had a good run. Just was lucky enough to pick a lot of real nice winners last year. This year, a lot of seconds and thirds. But it's just fun being here and being at the table with Mike and all these guys. This is our oldest guy in the tournament this year, 90 years old.
All right. And how did we fare in the tournament?
The 90-year-old man should have been 38 and has not fared very well.
What have you learned anything? You've qualified before, though, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay. So what bit of advice would you give to anybody of any age who comes and tries to play in this thing?
You need to focus and be prepared walking in here. To open up a paper, try to handicap on the fly is not going to work.
All right, you got to do your work. You got to do your work. You've got to eat. How come you're not eating anything?
I just finished, and maybe that'll help me this afternoon.
All right, good. I'm looking out for everybody. It looks like you've had a good play. You got to get some food, Mike. Come on, get out there. Stop handicapping. Go eat. Go eat for a second. All right. Let me see if we can walk over here a little bit and see if we can get Dylan for a second. But last I saw Dylan, he was in deep handicapping, so I don't want to.
We do have a guest on set, Dan, too.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And we're also
Dylan,
eating.
We'll get some of the other players as they go into the center of the room for the final table. He's handicapping. I don't want to take him out of his zone right now, so we'll chat with him in a bit.
Thanks, Dan. And thank you, Rachel. The food inspo. We've got some dinner rolls for sustenance here, but we've been joined by John Gaspar. Hey, John.
How are you, Alexa?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's the first time I've made the money in 10 years of coming.
Rock on.
It's quite exciting. I was very happy to have made the money.
And where did you end up?
I finished 80th. I went into the day 63rd, and my 10 plays today, if they got bet down to under 10 to 1 late, that's the only reason they were. I had 15, 18, 20, 22, 55, and 18 to 1 shots.
Oh, you went for it. You swung for the fences.
Absolutely. There's so much difference between finishing, there's not much difference between finishing 20th and 80th
right.
in prize money. It's certainly not going to change my lifestyle one way or the other. But
you're right.
final
20th is 23,000, 80th 10,000.
Yeah,
so I mean
13,000. Yeah, I'd like to have it in my pocket, but it's not going to change anything.
Not like 800.
800,000. It's going to help quite a bit.
You've had a big year.
I've done really well. I've won the Keeneland Fall Tournament this year, which was fantastic.
Was that like 75,000 or?
Yeah, I mean it was 50,000 in cash, 20,000 in prize money that I made in my bankroll, plus other entries and contest entries for future. So it worked out quite well.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I was really excited.
You also placed in the tour.
Yeah, I finished 8th this year. I finished 11th last year. So next
So
year
you made
maybe
the-
5th,
right.
and then maybe I'll win in 2029, something like that.
John, that's impressive to do it year long and finish up in the top of the leaderboard. What kind of dedication does it take to get there?
I mean, truthfully, it takes volume. You have to play a lot. I mean, if you're only going to play a little bit, you're not going to have much success. And you have to play, there's key contests that you have to play the way the leaderboard works. You get more points if you play live, and there's 8 huge live tournaments that you have to play. The first 2 are here at the NHC. the First Chance, Last Chance, and now today's Silver Sunday tournament. Jim Goodman runs two at Keeneland in the spring and in the fall. Brian Skirker runs one at Monmouth. Those are the big 7 that you can get lots of tour points if you get a good live score. And then online, the Horseplayers runs a contest on Friday that gets lots of entries, and you get lots of points if you do well. So you have to play a lot, you have to spend a little bit of money, and you have to be pretty good consistently throughout the year.
It's tough to do, and you were consistently a good player. What can you tell us about your handicapping background?
I mean, I think I'm like a lot of people. I grew up handicapping. I grew up from a really gambling family. We used to go to the dog track in Boston at Wonderland Park. That was in high school. I joke with other people that our picnics when we were growing up between 8 and 12 were to Suffolk Downs. We would pack a lunch and go sit at the finish line and watch racing on Memorial Day weekend, and that was our proverbial picnic. We used to joke that my cousins, when we went to Maryland, we'd go to the zoo, but it was filled with all thoroughbreds.
I love that.
So that was basically my upbringing. So then the gambling and the handicapping came from that. And now, after years of doing it, you kind of just develop your own style, whether it's, I use Timeform US, I use Thorograph, and then kind of mix and match what I see on the track with whatever trip notes I might have or bias notes that I might have from the track.
Is there a speed figure form, or between Thorographs or DRF, Brisnet? Is there one that you prefer and one that you rely on a lot?
I prefer Timeform. I like the idea of having pace baked into the figure. I also don't mind looking at the other figures because it seems to me that the public bets according to buyer figures. So if I can find a Timeform US figure that's out of line with the buyer figure, and there's roughly a 20-point conversion factor. If they're out of line, then I can go look at that race and who do I think has it right? And if buyer I think has it wrong, I'm much more likely to bet the horse off of Timeform figures. And you find value there because, again, you're against the crowd, and that's the idea. You want to find a horse that you're going to get paid for, that other people are not betting as heavily as they probably should based on what they see in the form.
Yeah.
You're if the audience can't tell, you're very comfortable in front of the mic. You have your own show that you've started.
I do. It started off as just a ego thing. I wanted to talk to other people and see what they were doing in contests, and it's turned out to be more of a labor of love that I really love doing it. It's called In the Tournament Winner Was, where I interview a winner of a prior tournament each week and get their strategy. And selfishly, I've done 31 now. I started last Memorial Day. I learn something every week. So I want to know what they're doing that I'm not.
Yeah.
So if they're doing replay work, it's like, how is that helping you? What are you doing to get a benefit from that? And recently I started asking them, what's their edge? What do you think you do better than other people to give you your edge?
Right.
Right? And if you don't know that answer, then maybe that's something you need to improve on. What am I doing that other people aren't to get better and to make money?
Well, it's awesome. I mean, we here at ABR tend to keep it light, we don't get too in the weeds with strategy and handicapping. We do some, but if you're watching and you love this and you want to start really learning more about this world and, try to qualify and or you're already in this world and you want to improve, like you're saying, tune in to John's podcast and In the Tournament Winner Was. Where can people find that?
It's on the In the Money Media Network, the In the Money Media Podcast Network. Ryan is also a member of the In the Money Media Podcast.
Yes, I am. Jax Muniz and I run a show there once a week.
Awesome. We got people tuning in the comments saying they love your podcast, they love watching. Please do come in the comments. We want to see your thoughts. Feel free to drop in questions you'd like us to ask guests on, and who you're rooting for on the final table. If you're rooting against anybody, no, we don't want to get mean. But we want to know your thoughts and who you would play in these 7 races coming up. The final table is what, like 12 minutes away? Let's see. The first race is
3 minutes.
Fairgrounds race 5. Okay, so 23 minutes. John, did you by chance take a look at that race?
I have not looked at the fairgrounds, so I have a theory about the final table.
Okay, I want to hear it.
I think the first 2 days is a handicapping tournament, and I think day 3 is purely game theory. I did not look at any final table race today.
Okay.
And if I made it, I'd look at the scoreboard and say, who do I need and what do I need?
Right.
If I'm in like Dan Piazza's position, who ended up the defending champion, he's $30 out of the lead. To me, he can't take anybody that's 7-2 or below at this point. He's got to pick horses that give him a chance to go right to the top, because it's such an enormous advantage to be first and make everybody else come and get you.
Interesting.
So from last year, Dan Piazza obviously won it, and he kind of had a lead the entire weekend, and he got to the final table. How do you think his game theory changes from last year to this year? Because he had that lead last year, and now he has to go catch somebody.
Truthfully, I think it should change. In actuality, I don't think it's going to. I think most of the people on the final table, I think with the exception of Dylan and probably Roger McDowell, and potentially Ken Jordan, are going to keep picking the horses they think are most likely to win.
And Dan said that last year when he was up, it was a big gap. He was ahead by a lot. He said, I'm picking the horses that I think are going to win. I'm not even, I think he said he's not really even looking at the odds.
Yeah.
But he was just so on fire. And, maybe he does the same thing. If he goes on fire and he picks 4 or 5 winners, then it might not matter. It's going to be interesting, though. This is a close final table.
And I understand psychologically why you would do that. I mean, it's hard to get off a horse that you may have liked at a short price that wins, and you would have moved up $8 and given yourself a chance to move up the leaderboard and move up maybe a couple of prices. But how many chances in your lifetime do you get to play for $800,000? I think every horse you choose should be giving you the chance to win the money. And if it's not, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. The prize jumps aren't big enough from 10 even to, I think it's 5 or 4, to really it makes a difference. You don't know anybody's personal financial situation, but you don't have many chances to give yourself a chance for $800,000. I think you got to take 7 shots to try to win the tournament.
I'm usually in agreement with this, but this year it is so close, and there's 7 races. So let's see, 268 to 281 for third place. So what's that, like $13?
$13.
And then you're still only $20 from the first. So there's only $30-$40 from 10th to first place. So I do think that in 7 races, a 3-to-1 shot that picks up $13 can make a big difference. And I agree. You try to win, you swing for the first, unless there's somebody $100 ahead and you're generally playing for second. But I do think in this tournament, the way it's shaped up, you could climb the mountain a little bit if you have a really strong opinion at 3 or 4 to 1.
I understand that logic, and that's what most people do.
Yeah.
But I would argue if you like 2 3-to-1 shots and you're trying to move up in 2 steps, it's roughly a 9-to-1 chance that you win both.
Okay.
Why don't you just take 2 9-to-1 shots? Because if one of them wins, you're in the same spot, and if both of them win, you're actually going to win the tournament.
It's time to introduce
right?
the final table.
No, you're totally right. Like the math. The math is mathing. You've got it there. I'm hearing a lot of noise. They're announcing the final table. Are we in place for that? Can we toss over to? Okay. Thank you, John, so much for joining and sharing your insights. We're going to throw over to the announcement of the final table contestants.
Thanks, Ryan.
Hey, Alex. Brian Skirka is making the announcement, so we'll let him make the announcements here, and we'll the final 10.
Ken Jordan. In 8th place with a total of 271.20. He lives right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. He qualified on Express Bet, Roger McDowell. Our 7th place competitor has a total of 271.32. He lives in Chicago, Illinois. He won an NHC seat last year by winning the NHC. Dan Piazza. In 6th place, with a total of 272.96, she's from Meridian, Idaho. A winner on Horseplayers, Tammy Johns. Not the first final table for our 5th place competitor. He is from Park Jervis, New York, also a winner on Horseplayers, G.T. Nixon. Also not the first final table for our 4th place competitor with a total of 277.04. He's from Rancho Cucamonga, California, qualified on Express Bet and Horseplayers, Dylan Donnelly. In 3rd place with a total of 281.54. He's from Sparks, New York, Tommy Ledberg. Currently in 2nd place with a total of 288.860. He's from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. He also qualified on Horse Tourneys. He is Frank Holt. And currently in the lead with 301.22. He is from Big Bear City, California. He qualified on Express Bet. Give it up for Richard Sugimoto. One more round of applause for the entirety of the top 10. Horses are in the back, prepared around race 5. There's 16 minutes to close. Best of luck to everybody in the top 10, and the Silver Sunday contest resumes now with this 5th race.
Brian Skurga, great job as always. Listed off the competitors and really like pretty wide representation. We heard some people from New York, some people from California, Las Vegas, a few other spots. So there are, we've got about 5 minutes until the first mandatory race of the final table. There are 7 races, first at 12:45 local time, 3:45 Eastern, and the last being Santa Anita Race 5, which is 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. Let's see if we can go check in with one person who said he would be around to talk with us about some of what's developed here. I don't see him. Where is he? He's gone. I'm looking for Gino. Gino, if you're watching. Oh wait, I see Gino. Let's take a little bit of a walk. We'll take a walk. You guys still hear me on set?
Hear ya.
Okay, cool. All right, these steps are good. I just inhaled some salmon and broccoli rabe, so time to burn it off. So Gino just bolted right after that. He was right up there. He bolted. Gino. We're actually live, so jump right into it.
Beautiful. So we wanted to check in with our team DRF and some of our DRF employees and see how they did. Got to give a shout out to Kenny Peck. He ended up finishing 16th. We saw his name all over the leaderboard throughout the weekend. So awesome job, Kenny, finishing 16th. Lonnie Goldfeder, one of our DRF employees, he struggled on Friday and then on Saturday and today he was incredible. Lonnie had a fantastic run over the last couple days. He was probably one of the hottest handicappers in here the last few days. So shout out to Lonnie, who ended up finishing 32nd. Basil DeVito, we know that name. Anytime I get a chance to talk WWE with Basil, I will do that. He ended up finishing 49th, so great job, Basil. And then from Team DRF, John Gaspar, he finished 80th. And remember, everybody that finished in the top 80 and made it to today got the $10,000 to take home with them. So great job from Team DRF, some of our DRF customers that were qualified and that got out here. We just wanted to say a thank you to them. So they did a great job. But now we'll be moving along and following along with the top 10. So we'll be giving you coverage. I think I'm going to jump on there in a little bit. And now things get tense and exciting. And we'll see if we're going to have the first ever 2-time champ. Do you think we're going to have a back-to-back champ here with Dan?
That's actually what I was going to tell you. Do you want to make a little friendly wager? Who do you got? Who do you got your money on? I mean, this is a really sloppily written list, so I don't know if you can make sense of any of this. But I think the board's up here. So I'm here. It's over there. So.
This is the metaverse of betting on people who are betting on horses.
You got to go with Dan, right?
I'm going with Dan.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Dan.
Okay.
I'm going with Dan. You're going to go with Sugimoto? You're going to take the 4 to 5 shot?
You know what I'm going to go with? Give me Donnelly. Okay. Dylan Donnelly in the 4th spot. Yeah.
Only, what, 24
24 behind a name that's familiar in these
experience. He's been here before.
Exactly. He knows what he's doing there too. So I like when we're at this final table, players who have kind of been there, because the pressure starts to weigh on you, right? And we saw Dan do this last year, and Dan was so impressive over the last couple days, making strong pushes late in each day.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, Sugimoto, Rachel interviewed him, not feeling anything. He's just ice cold. He's like, you know, I don't care. He's like, I've seen some stuff. He's like, I'm good, not worried. So I don't know. I'd look out for him. He's composed. It's first time in this spot, but he doesn't seem to be worried.
Okay, so give me a Sugimoto Donnelly exacta. That's how I'm gonna.
Wait, give me a Piazza. Okay. Yeah, let me get a Piazza Nixon. Piazza Nixon. That's like my favorite, my favorite baseball player of all time, Mike Piazza, and then famous president.
Exactly. I was a Dodger fan, so Dodger Piazza, not Mets Piazza, right?
Yeah. Okay, so we're both on. Well, I'm on Piazza for that reason.
Okay, Piazza for Dan. I'm going Donnelly, and then we both think Sugimoto's got a great shot too. Alexa, how about you?
Thanks, guys. Oh, I want to see a repeat winner. No, I want to see Tammy win. I want to see a woman take this thing home. So I'm rooting for Tammy, and if she doesn't get there, Dan, Rachel, do you have your money on anybody?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. I talked to Richard, genuinely sweetest soul. The fact that the last time he was here was 2016. He's just zen about it. I don't know. I think that it's going to be hard to pass him. I'm rooting Richard, but also girl power. I would love to see Tammy win.
Let's go, Tammy. That would be awesome. I would love that. I want to remind everybody a couple of things that we got going on in the room. We have the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance in the corner. They are matching, the NTRA is matching donations up to $5,000 for aftercare. So please head on over there if you haven't yet. You can also get one of these Cool Daddy water bottles over there. So these are awesome. Head over there, show your support for our horses. Also, this whole show is brought to you by the NTRA, the Daily Racing Form, America's Best Racing, and MorningLine.io. MorningLine.io is like a stock market for racehorses. Let your skills as a handicapper be your advantage to dominate the action. Get in before the big race. Buy shares today in Kentucky Derby hopefuls, Universe, and Blackout Time, along with many other talented horses. Buy, sell, trade. MorningLine.io. Own the game. So again, they've got a number of horses on the platform that are going to be in really exciting races coming up in the next couple of weeks. I think Universe and Blackout Time are both running, and I think at Oaklawn they've got a big week coming up. So you can get in and buy some ownership shares in racehorses, right before the race or literally during the race. You can trade in real time. So that's a really cool new way to experience horse ownership.
And as you can see, we've got an imaginary friend.
Hand down.
Anchoring the show. I think Ryan wandered off somewhere to try and claw a bit of money back in Vegas. I don't know if he's trying to put in a bet.
I think he had to grab something, but he'll be back, and we'll be back too because Dan is standing by with somebody. Who do you got, Dan?
Well, this is my favorite interview of the weekend. We've been waiting for it. A man who went through a lot to be here. Went through a lot. Brian Skirka, our good friend from Monmouth Park, who is the MC here, and obviously the final table is when it gets really exciting for you and for all of us in the room. First of all, Brian, just give us an abbreviated story about what happened the other day in your journey here.
I got to sleep on the floor of Newark Airport. Sleep is a really loose term, maybe 20 minutes rounding up. The floor was uncomfortable, cold, not forgiving in any way whatsoever, but a 12-hour delay, but we made it.
You made it. That whole description just sounded like the winter in New York anyway. So, all right. So this is exciting. There are a lot of storylines here. We've touched on a couple of them. Which ones stand out to you? You just introduced all the players.
Yeah, to me, it's Dan Piazza. I mean, he won his NHC seat that he's playing on by winning the NHC last year. We've never had a two-time winner of the NHC, period, let alone back-to-back. So the fact that he's here with more than a puncher's chance is unbelievable. I've been emceeing, I think this is my third year. I've definitely already had a final table with Dylan Donnelly in it and GT Nixon in it, so the fact that they're back for another final table. But as you said, anything can happen. They're pretty compressed this year. I feel like last year there's a little more space in between the top 10, so hopefully we'll have some fireworks and some changes on the leaderboard.
And what do we think about Richard Sugimoto? He came out here, he spoke to Rachel. He's only qualified, he's 77 years old. This is only his second time at the NHC to see him out here kind of leading the pack, kind of an unknown guy until today.
No, that's awesome. I'm not familiar with him, and that's why he's only been out here a couple of years. But sometimes, ignorance is bliss, and some of these people, you've been here 15, 20 times, you feel like you know the process of what you have to bet, and sometimes if you don't necessarily know the quote-unquote right way of doing it, you can create your own right way, so God bless him.
And from almost 700 players who were in this contest when it started, less than 40 of them were women, and one of them has made it to the finals here, Tammy Johns. So pretty cool story there as well.
No, of course. We always love when women are expert handicappers, and she was at the top of the leaderboard entering today, and it's good that she stuck around for the final table.
All right, well, I know you're here to do a different job. You're here to MC, but if you had advice, since you've seen so many of these finals unfold, if you had advice for any of the players, what would it be?
Pick a winner. I feel like that's the simplest advice. No, I would say don't, and I'm not a contest player, so this might be horrible advice, but I would say stick with your gut. Don't search and say, oh, I'm in 9th or 10th. I have to pick a 20-to-1 shot to get in there. There's 7 races in the final table. You can string a few together and stick with what's worked for the last 3 days.
All right, so as you said, 7 races in the finals. I was off with my timing a little earlier. Thankfully, we had a little more time. So it's now 6 minutes to race 5 at Fairgrounds. It'll be the first mandatory, whatever we want to call it. It's the races that everyone has to play here in the final table. And then pretty much for the next, 2.5 to 2 hours, 15 minutes, we'll be playing races straight through Santa Anita to determine a winner.
Yeah, they go pretty quickly. There's not much time in between all the races. That's what we want, fast pace. And then that race 5 from Santa Anita is a darn good race. So that should be a fun finale.
I do love the action, like we're like a minute before the race, or right before the race, the numbers go up on the board and you see what each player picked, and they're kind of like, you could tell they're looking at each other and be like, damn, did I make the right pick because somebody else next to me might have picked that same horse?
No, that's a part of the gameplay too. It's not just handicapping the horses, it's handicapping the other competitors and blocking, and that's part of the game that I'm not smart enough for, but it's really exciting to see, as you said, the player next to me might have the same horse, so even if we win, I might not be able to move up.
Well, we'll see how all that drama unfolds here. Guys, back to you on the set.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Brian. The voice of the NHC this weekend, reminding everybody to get their bets in for all the mandatories. And Ryan's back.
I'm back, yeah. Sometimes
What
you
were
have
you
to go.
doing? Where'd you go?
So you guys know I work for Doug O'Neill, so there was just some bill of sale stuff, and I needed a specific number that I left up in the room. So
Got it. 10
Had
to
to go run and do
business.
that.
Always working. Oh, we've got our next guest coming. Hey, Judy, do you want to come around and come up the stairs? You could try to jump, but I wouldn't.
Get her in the Olympics if she clears that.
I know, right? So originally this race, I believe the post time was for 12:45 Pacific. It's running a little late. It's now still 5 minutes to post. So these first and second final table races might run a little closer together than expected. But we are being joined by a previous NHC winner. Judy Wagner is now on set, one of my favorite people in the room. Judy.
Good morning.
Good
Afternoon now.
Good afternoon. It's Vegas. Nobody knows.
I know. And when you're playing horses, what difference does it make with the time? Just want the winner.
Exactly. Just wants the winner. Okay, Judy, you won this thing in 2001.
Correct.
The only woman to have won it.
We have another chance today.
You've got a chance.
Love that.
Are you ready? Do you want to pass the torch to another woman?
I would love to see the Zenyatta of Horseplayers beat the boys.
Yes!
Is that who you embodied? When you were in this situation, you made the final table.
No,
Were you?
Well, they didn't have the final table then.
Really?
I'm a barnacle.
Absolutely not. You're the sweetest person we've had on the show.
I don't know.
So far
She's got
today.
some spice to her. I wouldn't always call her
Maybe like a
sweet.
Sour Patch Kid.
Yes.
Don't call me a witch with a capital B.
Would never. Okay, Judy. You have played in this tournament many times. You didn't play this year.
Correct.
So what was the weekend like for you?
Well, it was so much fun because I love being with friends and people that I kind of put them in categories because when I started playing tournaments, they were all on site. And that was so much fun going to different tracks. Had a ball at Fairplex, had a ball at River Downs, these tracks that unfortunately have become extinct. But you just got to know your friends, and some I really know from online, but I don't know them to see them. But I know who I root for, and I know who is not in my top rooting category.
It's okay. You could say you root against. We all have a couple in here. So who did you root for this weekend?
Well, that's hard to answer because I really do have a lot of friends here. I would like to see another woman make it up. There's some really good women handicappers here, and of course I would love to have seen one of those. But, you know, there are several handicappers that probably would rise to the top that has never made it, you know, to the top at NHC. NHC, when I first started playing contests, I got very jaded because the first contest I ever played in was during the era of there were 4 people from each venue that qualified. And the first contest I ever went to, I was the only woman in the contest at the MGM. It was one of the first big money contests. And there was this family that I was scared to death of because of their screaming and hollering and correcting the jockey, the trainer, the horse, everything else that beat me. But I did qualify my first tournament. And then I came to my first NHC, and the racing god smiled on me, which, you know, that's a big difference in 210 players as opposed to what we have now. And you've got so many good players in here that could win.
So there were 210.
Yes.
And other than it being, you know, a quarter of the size, what other differences are there from then to today?
Well, I think the big difference, and I was highly resistant to coming to a ballroom. I'm on the Players Committee, and, you know, in discussing all of this, I thought this would be so impersonal. It really is not. It's a big room, lots of people in here, but you get to see everybody, and obviously we're far past fitting into a race book, and that's where I started out, in a race book.
I'm going to also put the race on the screen because this is the first race of the final table. We are 0 minutes to post. Judy, I want you to stay with us. We'll toss to Dan here in a couple minutes when he has he's ready now. Are you ready, Dan? Do you have something for us?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're going to toss to Dan, and then we'll get back with Judy here after this race.
I'm standing by with a local guy, not too far from here, right?
That's right, Sparks, Nevada, not New York lately.
Oh, yeah, we did hear Sparky. It's all right. It's all good. Well, hopefully everyone will know who you are, exactly who you are, in a couple of hours. Tommy Lenberg, you were just giving me a little bit of an overview of how you got here, the highs and lows of this past weekend. Just describe what it's been like.
It's awesome, right? Day one, I was tied for second, was tied for first with myself for most of the day. So it was good fun, and then it was just taking on water yesterday, and luckily close enough to be able to make it, and threw a long shot bomb on my second entry in the last race, and 3 to 5 didn't hurt the third place. So now it's fun, right? Guaranteed rock bottom 75K.
So they're making a couple of announcements right now, and they're going into the gate. You're in third. Just tell me what your feeling is and what your general approach is here.
My mentor's Jim Wickman, and he would say you can only pick winners. You can't pick the price. So I'm focusing on picking winners, and I imagine whoever wins today will hit the board 7 times out of 7 in these last 7 races.
We'll let you enjoy it. Good luck. All right, guys. So horses are all in the gate. Tommy is at 281. He's about $20 or 20 points behind the leader, Richard Sugimoto, and they're about to go off. We'll let you watch the players react to this race. We'll also let you know who they picked as their picks go up on the board.
Who's up and after the lead for Marcelino Pedroza Jr. and Snazzy Gal. Nifty early move, crosses and clears Broadway Pearl as they make their way into the first turn.
Richard Sugimoto, the leader, has the 7. Frank Polk in second also has the 7, and Tommy, who we just spoke to, has the 10. You'll see based on the reactions what everyone else has.
On the outside, Lady Star clearly creeps, is running second to last and wide in BJ's honor, has dropped back to last. Snazzy Gal, 24.22 for the lead part and Snazzy Gal has established an early 2.5 length lead for the run to the half-mile pole from the Delta Import Broadway Pearl, who's vying for second with Run Bambi Run toward the rail. Desert Glow running 4th of 9 here in the turf mile, and Riley's Empire receiving ground running in 5th. Lady Star is 6th, Country Bell in 7th, in BJ's Honor racing wide and clearly creeps between horses among those back markers, and the leader is still Snazzy Gal. Her half mile was 49, went 20 seconds, steady as she goes. Inside 3 furlongs to go. Snazzy Gal leads by 3/4 a length. The gray is Broadway Pearl. Desert Glow trying to gain. Country Bell is coming wide with Lady Star and Run Bambi Run toward the inside as these fillies mares straight there past the quarter pole. And it's a move by Broadway Pearl, who takes on Snazzy Gal. 3/4 in 1 minute 14.90 seconds. And here's MBJ's Honor, who's coming with a charge. And Desert Glow is right there, moving up between horses. They're coming inside the final 16th. Desert Glow up the inside. MBJ's Honor, Broadway Pearl. Snazzy Gal is back in 4th with Sheriff Flubberry in BJ's Honor. MBJ's Honor won by 2.5 from Desert Glow. Broadway Pearl 3rd, and Clearly Creeps finished 4th in the NHC 2026.
Wow, pretty significant development there. The one winning, Dylan Donnelly in 4th had the one, and the horse edged out the 7, who was chosen by 4 of the top 10 players, so that was big. So Dylan is going back to his table. Let's go to Dylan if we could. Just want to get a reaction from him, because that's going to be a significant move for him with the winner there. And then 4 other players here have the horse who finished second, the 7 at 9-2, so a slightly bigger price. If the 7 would have held on, that would have been massive, obviously, for the leader and Frank Polk in second. So give me a second. We're walking back over to Dylan. Dylan. All right. Not a bad start.
No, that was good. That was definitely not what I thought would happen. I thought we would sit rail the whole way, and instead we were 8 wide on every turn, so it's all good.
Does that give you added confidence that maybe it's, there's something in the air?
Yeah, because the first 4 horses that I played last year weren't within 15 lengths of the lead at the first call, so actually this one wasn't either. But no, I'm confident. I'm ready. If they run, they run.
I asked you a little while ago, where have you been? Where did you come from? Because I didn't see your name on the leaderboard for most of the day, and I saw you just steadily climbing as we got into those later races.
Yeah, I had 50 after day 1, and then I got up. I put up 150 or something like that yesterday, and then just kind of slowly 3-to-1s, 5-to-1s. I did 29-to-1 that ran second. That would have been massive. But yeah, slow and steady, just like my wheels.
Well, you've been here. You've been here now at the finals, back-to-back years. People talking about Dan Piazza, obviously impressive. He has a shot at winning this back-to-back years. No one's won it twice. What does it take to get back-to-back years, and what did you learn from last year that you can apply to this year?
Last year, I don't know if I really learned anything. My horses, at the final table, just didn't run at all, so I'm just doing the same exact thing, and hopefully, the variance kicks in and they run this time.
And what sets you guys apart that you're able to make it back here back-to-back years like those?
I don't know.
You don't have to be humble. Come on, I know you're not. Go ahead.
It's just I cross out a lot of races that I don't want to play, and so it makes it a lot easier to pick from ones I want to play. So there's too many damn races, and you really gotta pick and choose.
All right. Well, speaking of that, you got 6 more races to go. We'll let you get back to work.
Thank you.
All right. So Dylan Donnelly here with his winner there, the first race of the final table here. And also should mention Roger McDowell, who is in 8th, also had the one horse, also had that winner. So he'll make a move, and a couple of players you might see take a little bit of a slide, but again, they're pretty tightly packed, and they're only going to get tighter now with Dylan and Roger making a bit of a move.
Thanks, Dan. And let's see, the next race is Aqueduct Race 7. That is in 19 minutes, so we got a little time here. Judy, what do you think about that movement on the board? Were you surprised to see so many people playing 3-to-1 horses?
A little bit, but with the scores so tight, it's not like you've got to really go for the price horses. You can go, so many times you can pick out a horse between 3-to-1 and 6 or 7-to-1 that has a really good chance And in a situation like this, I think you can go with, what you see is what you really think will happen and not have to try to balance your checkbook.
Yeah. Okay, so have you looked at that next race at Aqueduct at all?
Not really. I think that it's going to be close between, the 3 and the 4, but I think there's a significant jockey change.
Okay.
I think Pratt is going to the 3, maybe.
Okay.
Is it the 3 that
Yes.
Pratt's going to? Okay.
So you would maybe be on the 3?
Yes, and it'll be bet down, I think.
It looks like right now, we're still 18 minutes to post, so in horse racing, the odds change based on how much money is bet on each horse, so you don't know exactly what the odds are going to be until the race goes off, but right now, the 3 is sitting at 5-2, or if you're a sports bettor, plus 250, 2.5 to 1. So, lower price, but there's a lot of low prices in this field. There's 4 horses that are 4 to 1 or less out of the 7 horses in the field. Well, Judy,
yes.
Are you determined to compete next year in the NHC? Are you going to keep trying?
Yes. Several years ago when I didn't qualify, I didn't think it bothered me until I got here, and I went home and qualified in the first contest. But this past year, I had a lot going on, and I've got several things going on, but I do want to qualify. I don't have the burning fire, but I haven't gotten on the airplane to go home yet, so.
There we go.
I'm sure. I'm like an old penny. I will not go away. The old gray mare, she's got a few races left in her.
Heck yeah.
And contests.
I love that. Leave here, qualify in these first couple contests that you try your hand at, and
get the monkey off your back.
Exactly. Some people really, really wait a long time before they try and get in, and I feel like now is the time where you have all this momentum and energy, and you're seeing, you're just charged up from this event.
You are charged up. You enjoy the camaraderie, and I get to see Ron at Del Mar. Enjoy spending a couple months there in the summer, and
you, me, and Betsy were just hanging out up on the 5th floor there.
Yes, and she's texted me twice today.
This is what I love, is, again, the community, and you never know who it is that you're going to hit it off with that you meet in this room, and it's a lot of multi-generation spanning friendships.
It is.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Look at Judy and I become good friends.
We absolutely have, and I have grandchildren older. No, not quite as old as
I'm 30. I'm 30, so.
Well, we got to come 5 years down to get to my oldest.
Okay.
But I did get a text from him. If you're betting a pick 6, put me in on it.
Oh, you're the cool grandma. Yeah, you are definitely the cool grandma. Well, no, we met a long time ago. Not a long time ago, a couple of years ago, actually, out at Del Mar. We'd been in this room together many times.
Right.
We really got to know each other, and that is a lovely, lovely part of this little world are all the relationships that we form. So, Judy, thank you so much for
and
taking
hopefully
some time.
that Alexa and I can be in a winter circle one day together.
Hell yeah, we've got
with
some
the
horses.
Chicks Clicks.
Yeah, we've got an all-female ownership group with Haphazard Racing. So, hopefully we'll have our horse find its way into the winter circle.
Hope so.
I know, right?
Thank you
All
for
right,
having me.
thank you. And
Good
if
to
you
see you,
see
Judy.
Mike Ferrozzo, tap him on the shoulder. He came by and we weren't quite ready for him yet, but if you do see him, tell him we're ready for him now. Awesome. All right, and Rachel, you've been kind of talking about how it's that Derby fever season. So there is a really great package available from the Daily Racing Form. It's the Road to the Derby package. You could get ready for the Kentucky Derby with DRF's Road to the Derby package. Get all access past performances for 10 major race days, plus exclusive advanced Derby contender PPs, clocker reports, betting strategies, and more. Just scan the QR code on your screen or visit shop.drf.com and put yourself in position to win big. So that is the Road to the Derby package. Great offering from the Daily Racing Forum, who's one of our partners on this stream. So thank you, DRF. How do you guys feel after that? I mean, this leaderboard is tight. Let's actually put it up there now that it has updated.
Yeah, let's see how much things got shaken up.
Shake them up. So Richard still in first place with 306. Frank Polk. It looks like Dylan moved up 1 position and Roger moved up 4 positions. So when you're talking about going from, where was he, 8th place and now in 4th place, that's $85,000 up to $150,000. So that horse just moved him up $65,000 in the prize structure. So, I mean, this is close. A not so long horse, you know, what was it? Was it 3-1? A 3-to-1 horse can move you up $65K. So that's essentially betting 20 grand on that horse to win without doing that. So anyway, we've got another guest on set. Mike Ferroso. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Hi.
Yeah, it's going pretty good. I just had my 5th second place horse for today, but what can you say? You know, that's the way it works out.
Oh man,
Mike, you have been around the NHC quite a while, so long that they've inducted you into the Hall of Fame this year. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot, and I was totally elated when I found out. You know, I was nominated the last 3 years, and the first year, there was guys with better credentials than me, and last year I was kind of borderline-ish, looking at what people made and wins and that kind of thing. But this year I thought, you know, I really kind of fit in here this year. So, and yeah, people voted for me. I got, everybody told me they were going to vote for me. So yeah, I was so happy. It was great.
So what perks come with Hall of Fame? You get
perks. Well, your buddies want you to take them out and buy dinner and.
I was going to say, is there any diamond encrusted ring for being part of the Hall of Fame, or is it just
I don't
immortal
think so.
glory?
You know what? I'm just happy that I've been recognized as a really good handicapper. You know, my wife calls it my second job. She'll say, "Honey, you going to work today?" I go, "Yeah, I got to leave pretty soon." Every Saturday morning. So, yeah, after doing this for 20 years, playing tournaments, that is, I'm really happy I got in because it's kind of a passion of mine. I really like the cerebral challenge and the competition. So, yeah, it's been great.
How was it that you first got into it? Were you a fan of horse racing before being a horse player?
Yeah, I won a contest at Canterbury in 2007, and then I came out pretty much by myself. There were a couple of others from Canterbury, and I sat with them. I sat at the table next to them because they were filled up. And coincidentally, the first guy that I sat with, him and his brother, he's actually still here today playing. He's today finished in the top 10%, Charlie Witt. So
that's awesome.
And anyway, so that first contest, I think I went and put more win bets at the cash window than I did in the contest. So they said, you got to change this around because you just passed up, all these points and so forth. So
it was a learning process, and people were willing to help you.
Right.
I've heard that mentorship is a big part of the sport. With this Hall of Fame induction, have people been knocking on your door for some, help or insights, mentorship?
If people got questions and they want to know about things, I tell them what I look at. We all have software programs, and now I'm into pedigree and how to analyze it, and I'm more than willing to share all the tricks that people have showed me over the years to whoever wants to listen. A lot of people go like, really, that works? I go, sometimes.
Is there one specific, best tip? Anyone watching that maybe bets on horse racing but isn't too in the weeds of things, what's your best tip for them?
Just start out slow and understand the racing form and what those lines mean. And then, that might take a few years. It's not really that easy. It's kind of complicated. And trying to understand how speed and, well, I shouldn't use the word velocity. That sounds a little analytical, but
It's a thing. The tracks are designed with little curve. The horses are carrying some centrifugal force through the turns. That's why when horses turn for home, it really looks like they accelerate, because they are, and that's part of the slanted, angled track design, almost like a car race track.
It's all about who's decelerating the least, and that kind of thing. But yeah, I've got a lot of tips from people over the years. Some of them aren't around anymore. Some are still here, and I use them, and some of them still work. But I have a lot of software too that I use, and crunch numbers, track-to-track play, how horses move up or move back depending on the situation. So, and sometimes it works. It works often enough where it's worth taking a look at it. And I do spend a lot of time looking at stuff. So. Probably more so than I should, but that's just me.
It works often enough that you've been inducted into the Hall of Fame. So
exactly.
you mentioned you felt this year like your resume, your credentials were enough to get you here, and you deserve the spot. Tell us what your biggest accomplishments have been with the NHC.
So I won the tour in 2017. It's kind of a story behind that, but the bottom line was. Christopher Dewey and I were running 1-2 the whole way for like the last 2 months. And I needed some points, and he was afraid I'd get points. Well, he went to one place, and I went to another. And it wasn't an online. I went to Hawthorne because there were more people, and I knew what the tour points were. And it was snowing out, and it was basically a slush snowstorm. I'm looking outside, I go, what the heck am I doing here? Well, anyways, I hit a horse, and I wound up in second place, and I didn't even try and get first because I knew I had enough points. He was at Del Mar, but there weren't enough people, and he finished fourth, so I wound up passing him by a few points, and I got lucky. But, yeah, that was the tour that year, and then I made the final table here in 2015. So that was a lot of fun.
So you've been in this position that these people are in right now.
Yes.
What kind of emotions were going through your head in 2015 when you maybe a race or two in, and where were you? Do you remember where you were on the leaderboard at that time?
Yeah, I think I started in 8th, but the people who were in the top 1, 2, or 3 people were they were like $50 or $60 ahead, and so looking at the cards. There were some layoff horses, and I had to take a chance on to try and accrue enough points to move up the ladder. But I actually wound up in 10th place. Played a couple 15-to-1s. They didn't run, but it depends on kind of where you're at. Are you going to try and win the thing? If you're already guaranteed at the time $50,000, you're sort of like, well, I'll just go for broke. Maybe I'll get more money. So
go for broke. Okay, and then where did you finish up?
Well, that year I started, I think, 8th, and I wound up in 10th at the final table. It was so I was going for prices, and I just thought I might not be back in this position again, so that's what I did. At that time, the way the money was spread out, it was maybe $10,000, $20,000 difference the last 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spots. So, that's decent money, but I would try and rather go for the $100,000 or $200,000. So that's kind of what I was doing.
Yeah, I mean, like we're saying, there's significant steps up in prize for each position you pass. So, okay, let's talk about this year. If you were sitting in, let's say, you said you were in 8th, but you started in 8th. So 8th right now is $275, $21 away from first place. What kind of strategy would you be taking in this next race at Aqueduct, where we've got a number of low odds horse like 5-2, 7-2, and then there's a couple bigger odds at 6, 10, and 20-1.
Yeah, so I put my Silver Sunday picks in mostly already, and looking at the leaderboard here, I would just play the horses I like because, most of them are going to be 3, 4-1 that I have picked out. I think I have one long shot coming up a little bit later, but I would just play who I like. I wouldn't be trying to chase because these scores are really close, and like that first race they had, most of them picked the 7 or the 1. I wound up on the 7, second. Anyways, but I think they're playing probably the same way I would, which is, all we have to do is get $10, $15 more, and we're going to move up a spot and just take it one at a time. There's 7 races, so I think they all have a good chance.
And do you mind sharing with us who you do like in this next race?
Where are we at?
Aqueduct race.
Yeah, I was between the 1 and the 5, and I figured the 1 I'd get me more of a price, so I took the 1 horse instead.
Okay. Well, it is getting you more of a price at 6-1. I do want to give some context to viewers. We've talked a lot about the tour with Mike as he won that. So that's different from the actual National Horseplayers Championship. The tour is all year long, and you win points by competing in tournaments that can qualify you into the National Horseplayers Championship. So it's kind of like a side bet, right? It's like you've got the main event. Once you're qualified, you can come here. You don't have to do anything else all year. You can sit on your hands and come and play in this. Or if you want, you can continue to play in tournaments all year long, try to get points by placing high. It's usually the top 10% of each tournament. You will get some points added to your total, and then the person with the most points at the end of the year wins the NHC Tour. So it's 2 ways to get the glory here at the NHC, and I believe that the tour was, is it either 75,000 or 100,000 for first place?
Yeah, it was 75,000 this year. When I won it was 100,000, which was fortunate for me, but I think everyone felt that it was a little too heavy on the top, which I kind of agreed actually, and so now they're playing.
You didn't voice that until after you won. You
Afterwards,
said, we'll
correct.
take it. But
Right. So like this year, I finished 12th, but I got $10,000, and I think that was only like 6,000 or 7,000 back then. So
yeah.
I was happy about that. But there is a schedule out there. It shows you what the tour points, how they pay out on the NTRA site, which I think people should look at. Now, a lot of people don't really understand it, I think, and I think that's important if you're going to play in, the tour.
Yeah, it is. It's like, I think sometimes people are a little nervous or overwhelmed to get involved in this because there's so many things going on and there's complexity. It can be simple. You can't just, play to get an NHC. But I do encourage everybody to get involved and reach. I mean, we are all just human beings. So,
Yeah.
You're on X, you got people competing. Like, look them up, ask them questions. Everybody in this room is so open to helping you get involved. So if you are curious, if this has piqued your interest, please, we hope to see you here next year.
Get involved. With that said, now we're only 2 minutes away from this race at Aqueduct. I believe that Dan is standing by.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me. I really
Thank you so
appreciate
much,
it. It's been
Mike.
fun.
We appreciate
Thank
you. Thank you. Dan,
Hey.
we can see you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you. What's going on? How y'all feeling?
We're good, just
electric
Yeah.
here at the final
Yeah.
table.
What's
Who
the
did- who
vibe
did you
over
pick?
there?
Well, you came to me maybe a minute early. Some of the players are still
blame it on
getting their
Greg.
bets in. Oh, did he say? Okay, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, there's 2 minutes to the race here at Aqueduct. It's the second of the 7 races. It's crazy. I was looking up at the board again. There's less than $40 that separates first from 10th. And the difference in money you win from 10th to first, 10th, 75,000, first, 825,000. So, and I know I moved the mic away from my mouth, so just in case you didn't get that was 825,000, which is insane. All right, there's a minute to post to Aqueduct. Going to wait for some of the other players to come in. They're just getting their bets in. Then they'll walk over here to the center of the room. Tommy Lenberg, who we spoke to a minute ago, I told him he looks really stressed here, just drinking his beer. The lucky What's up with the cigar? What's up with the cigar?
Well, they don't like you to light it up in here, but I mean, I'm confident I'm still going to make the comeback. We won't call it a comeback. I've been here before. I was here on Saturday and got my way in. So
Again, being cognizant that
Gotta say, in terms of vibes and who's putting out like the coolest vibe right now, you win that no matter what.
Perfect. I don't need much out of life. That's good.
Have you thought about what this would mean to you if you actually won something like this in terms of what you would do with the money or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I would give it to charity. And if she's not working tonight at Sapphire, I'll give it to Destiny.
Oh boy, guys. Well, it's good. There's no delay, so we can't do anything with that. We can't do anything with it. How long have you been around? We're waiting for some of the other players. How long have you been around this sport? How long have you been playing this?
Oh, I grew up right by Arlington Park Racetrack. I'd ride my bike before I was 16, and you had to be 17, and luckily I've always been tall. And then 3 days before my 17th birthday, one of the security guards says, "Hey, show me your ID." So I show him his license, and he's like doing the math. He goes, "You're not 17. I'm like, "Yeah." He takes my tickets. He's like, "You can't have these." I'm like, "Mother." So I go home, and I had a winning ticket in there. And back in the day, you had a phone at the house. I got home, and he calls, and luckily I pick up, and he goes, "Hey, your ticket won." I go, "I know." And he's like, "Well, come back. We'll cash it for you and give you the money." I'm like, "All right, I'll see you tomorrow." because I don't think Mom and Dad would have liked like that. So I got into it before I was, a teenager, and
Lots of stories, and hopefully you can add one now. We're going to find out if that cigar is actually lucky.
Oh, it is. Don't worry.
All right. Tommy Lenberg here, bringing the personality here. Dan, quick check-in with you. Pretty remarkable feat here. It's what we're talking about, that you're here for the second year in a row. I mean, what is it like? I mean, it's got to be somewhat surreal that you're back here in the same spot.
Oh, absolutely surreal. Yeah, amongst all these great handicappers here, and I got a shot to do it again, but I'm here twice. I mean, coming out, I was happy if I just made the 83. So...
Last year, you led pretty much throughout this. This year, a little different. You're coming from behind. How does that feel compared to last year?
It's absolutely different. True, my strategy now is different because last year it was all blocking and tackling, trying to figure out what the guys behind me were going to play. And this year I get to play my picks. So I get to take some shots and some swings. Maybe I won't work, but if they do, then I'm going to be right there.
We'll make for a great story. We'll see the horses are going to the gate, so we'll see what happens here.
Thanks, Dan.
All right, so horses are going in. It looks like 2 more to load, 2 or 3 more to load. Again, I will try to whisper into this mic once the race goes off what all the players near the top have picked, so that you can keep track as you're watching at home and try to figure out how the result might impact the leaderboard. Right now, again, Richard Sugimoto in the lead, Frank Polk in second, Dylan Donnelly in third.
Bourbon towards the inside with early speed, and here's Bourbon.
The picks have just gone up. Richard Sugimoto picked the 3. Frank Polk picked the 5. Dylan Donnelly picked the 5. So second and third both picked the same horses. They both got the 5. And Richard Sugimoto, the leader, has the 3. Past that, Roger McDowell has the 8, and Tommy, who we just spoke to, has the 4. Dan Piazza also has the 3. As we mentioned, Richard Sugimoto, the leader, has the 3 as well.
Kiss Me, Hold Me, Thrill Me is taken third, is tugging here, and Eric Cancel wants to move forward. Easy Bourbon is at the rail in fourth. They're 3.5 lengths clear. Towards the back end of the field, there comes Solo Dancing, is followed to the outside by Resilient Hero and Easy Roll. Working on the back inside the half-mile pole now and into the turn. Caddy Master with a stubborn foe to the outside of Oath of Omerta. Easy Bourbon is trying to rally on. Right there, Kiss Me, Hold Me, Thrill Me is in fourth. Resilient Hero is right there with Easy Roll and Solo Dancing at the back end of the field. They're approaching a quarter mile left to go. The favorite with Oath of Omerta having to deal with this runner towards the outside, and Oath of Omerta now puts a neck in front. There's the favored Caddy Master battling on back towards the inside. Center of the racetrack, Resilient Hero. From the back, here comes Easy Roll, who starts to have a little momentum now. Caddy Master, Oath of Omerta. Easy Roll is eating up ground, grandstand side. Here's Easy Roll. Fabian Pratt trying to push on by. Easy Roll. Won it.
Flav.
Oath of Omerta, then Resilient Hero.
Hey, follow me, Alex. Alex, we'll go over this guy. So we just saw a great reaction there. A couple of folks are going to pick up a couple of points. But Richard Sugimoto, the leader, also had the 3. So 4 people getting congratulations. Terrence Frank, great celebration. Terry, what did that feel like? I mean, your reaction was spectacular there.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I've got such a great core with the HHH Racing Podcast, Matt Miller, Chris Couples helping me. It's only my 3rd year, and it's quite exciting.
This is your 3rd time doing this, and you're in the final 10.
I was Rookie of the Year 2 years ago, and last year didn't do well. It's overwhelming coming in here, but good crew here, helping each other out, and one of us will get it.
You're going to gain here on several players in front of you. If you're in position to win this thing, you're going to take some bigger swings, or are you happy with where you are and just going to keep picking your horses?
I hate to do this.
Nothing. No strategy from this man. All right. Sorry. All good. What would you say as encouragement? You've only started this 3 years ago for people who want to get into this.
Oh, absolutely. Find a podcast you like. There are many out there. I happen to find the HHH. It was actually 3 years ago this weekend that I saw this. And I go, and I just retired. I go, well, I'm not playing golf, so I got to do something. So this was it.
What did you retire from, if you don't mind?
I was in financial services, ran a broker-dealer.
Okay. But I'm assuming you followed racing in some form,
yeah.
right?
My 30s, I had horses, but then, kids and college, everything else. So, and then I left it, and then COVID happened, and I got back in.
Well, we wish you the best here. Keep climbing, Terry.
Thank you very much.
All right, cool. Terry Franks, one of 4 players here to have picked the winner, including Dan Piazza. Remarkable. Dan Piazza is going to gain some ground, but Richard Sugimoto has got to be feeling pretty good there, picking a winner at 7-2. Nice price. Alexa, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, that's going to shake it up. 7-2 is a big mover. That's going to be, my guess, around $13. So Terrence will move up over $80, $280. So I'm assuming he'll move into maybe,
about
fifth place or so, 5th or 6th, with others moving up with him. Dan Piazza, we got a great reaction from him as he was watching that race. I mean, what a freaking thrill when your horse wins with so much on the line. Easy roll. He made it look easy. He rolled over. And Judy, that was Judy's pick.
That's what Flavian Pratt does?
Yeah.
Yeah, those rider changes, Flavian riding that, really pushing that horse home. And I do wonder, do you think that any of the jockeys that are in today know what's on the line, that there's people who stand a chance of winning or losing out on $825,000?
There might be some, but I guarantee you they don't care. I guarantee you they might be aware of it, but they just want to win. And I think on the top of that list, Flavian Pratt, I think, is just going out there to get as many wins as he can.
Hey, JD, can you tap Noel to come on up? We're ready for him.
Come on down, Noel.
Come on down, Noel. I know we're bringing on a little early. Oh, and I do want to address one of the questions in the comments that asked, why do we still call them handicappers? Is that a description of a doctor who causes your disability? No, it's not. I know in horse racing, we have a lot of terminology that's a bit outdated and can sometimes sound confusing, but originally, handicapper comes from when a horse would do really well in a race, they would get weight added to them to level the playing field, and that was called giving them a handicap. So handicapper is somebody who's trying to, figure out who to bet on the race, and that's where that comes from. Maybe we could use a terminology update, but that is where that term comes from. It is not morbid and scary. And we've been joined by Noel. What's up?
Hello, what's up?
How's it going?
It's going.
How's today been for you? This morning, we actually ended up, I walked into the elevator on my way down. Noel was in the back corner. I made my way over here. It looks like you headed over into the casino.
It was a temporary detour.
Happy to see you made it back.
But I know how to find the way. You can't get lost. All roads point to this room eventually.
Have you had any luck in the casinos this weekend?
Sports betting a little bit.
Okay.
The first day, a little bit of horse betting. But I finally got a winner, so I think I finally had the easy roll at Aqueduct.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I'm back on track now.
He's back, baby.
Yeah. Hope that cut the losing streak.
What was the reason you picked the number 3 easy roll?
I thought the horse had an excuse for the last race, and 7-2 is not great. But I mean, if you're in terms of the tournament, but if you're betting 7-2 and $9 on a horse like that, I thought there was enough speed to set up that horse from off the pace.
And you were right. Came easy rolling down the lane.
Yeah, I almost gave up on the horse around the turn, but evidently Pratt knew what he was doing.
He did. He looked to have 2 hands full of horse, and sure enough, he got him there.
Yep.
And we just got payouts for that race. It's
very
quite
nice.
an overpay, yeah. So
yeah.
The 3 will pay $14.86 total, and the 7, if you had it for second place, pays $6.02. So we will. It just went official. We're waiting on a leaderboard update, and then we will put that on the screen to show what changes happened in positioning. Noel, are you playing along as if you were up there? Are you?
I handicapped all of the final table races, and
is there one race out of the bunch that you think is going to be a big determining factor in this final table that you think like a big long shot could come in?
Well, particularly the Oaklawn races, I thought. If you're the person on top, you hate those races. And if you're the person on the bottom trying to move up, you love those races. And I thought both of those I mean, as you look throughout some of these remaining races, there's shots all over the place. I don't love that the Gulfstream race is off the turf. That didn't help. But the other races, I think, all present opportunities. There's a horse in the next to last race, the race 9 at Oaklawn, Shake Up, that I was looking at, and I think he's 20-1 in the morning line, but that would shake up things if that horse won.
Shake 'em up.
Shake 'em up.
You know about that life.
Bobby, I saw you in the comments earlier. Bobby's our probably favorite race reaction ever. Shake 'em up. If you haven't seen it, you got to find it on our channels. But yeah, that would definitely shake it up. I mean, anything over, well, I mean, no, we just saw that we got the update, leaderboard update. We can see now exactly what happened. So it looks.
Really helped Sugimoto out.
Yes. He's extended the lead.
That is not updated. Hold on one second. Greg, can you refresh that screen?
Richard Sugimoto extended his lead.
But while we wait for that visually, so Richard is in first with 320. Dan Piazza moved up to third place. He passed 4 people with 290. Now it's updated on the screen for you. Let's see. Terrence moved up to 7th. Kenneth moved up to 5th place. Quite a lot of movement there.
I think it's just amazing, right? Dan Piazza, the defending champion, Dylan Donnelly, both of these guys make the final table 2 years in a row, which is just a monumental task to make it twice ever.
And GT Nixon, I believe, was here last year. So
yeah, I mean, just hats off to these people, and Dan Piazza just proves he can just plug away, right? I mean, that's what he did for portions of the contest. Like, he's not moving up generally on gigantic long shots, but nobody can plug away that I've ever seen in these contests better than this Dan Piazza.
He's just so patient, and he knows that it's a marathon, not a sprint, and he'll just continue to chug along, and clearly that's worked really well.
And there's one other competition going on that within this top 10 table, because if you are a Raceland subscriber and you are the top placing Raceland subscriber, you get an entry into next year's NHC. So you see we have 2 of them on the final table. Both Dan Piazza and Terrence Frank are Raceland subscribers. So I do want to find out, I don't know, Dan, if you're hearing this, not Piazza, but our Dan Tordjman, if Dan Piazza were to win the NHC, whoever wins is guaranteed a seat next year. Would they get a second one if they're a Raceland subscriber? I'm curious if they could end the day double qualified for next year.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think at that point, I mean, if Dan Piazza wins, I mean, I think the farthest thing from his mind will be what contest he can play in and not. I mean, I think he could buy his contest if he wants, probably after his own contest. Pretty remarkable. I mean, you saw him when we were talking to him. He's just like, he's actually just like a really nice guy, which is kind of cool to see, right? I mean, a lot of these players, most of them are just regular people who are either retired, who are currently still working, regular jobs, living normal lives, and they do this on the side. And some of them are just really good at it. And, we've talked about it takes luck, but, you can't come and be like, hey, this is just luck when you have people like Piazza and Donnelly and Nixon back-to-back years in the same spot. I mean, it's like that Rounders line, right? I mean, obviously some of the viewers know Rounders, right? Like talking about the people who make it back to the World Series of Poker. It's no, mistake that, you see a lot of those players year after year. And while it's a little rarer here, there are definitely some of these players here are, shown that it takes quite a bit of skill, quite a bit of strategy, and
it's definitely skill-based. Not just you got to have the horse gods in your favor, but there's a lot of skill that goes into it. There's actually a leaderboard on the NTRA.com for just the overall top money earners in the NHC over time, and Paul Kalia is leading that right now with over $1 million, $1,050,000.
Yeah.
He's won, and he's also cashed to where his now total is over $1 million. The other person with over $1 million earnings is Michael Baychok with $1,015,300. We see Dan Piazza on the list, and sixth place. He's the sixth highest earner at $850,300. So if he were to, well, let's see.
He's likely to vault to first, I think.
He's likely to vault to first with even if he weren't to win,
Yes.
if he got picked up another $300,000, or $200,000. If he got second place too, he would take that all-time ever leader in earnings at the NHC, which is pretty cool.
It's very cool.
He's got to get another ring for that.
Oh, he's gonna just like be blinged out.
It'll be like the Tom Brady, one for every finger.
Now that's a look. That's a vibe. Ryan, are you overall closer to or farther away from getting your Flava Flav clock?
Overall, I have just about the same place I was on Thursday. So
that's good. That's
we're-
good
It's,
to be
it's
in the
not
same
worse.
place.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, kind of.
I was going to get it grilled. Does that count?
There you go. That works.
Ooh, okay. What would
Grill,
the
I'll get the
grill
Flava Flav.
be? White gold, yellow gold, diamonds?
No, I'd go for the goldest gold shade possible.
Okay, full coverage
the
of the
most
teeth.
obnoxious. Yeah.
All the teeth.
All right.
Yeah.
Have you seen Kanye West
No.
lately?
No.
He has like this titanium grill. Have you seen this?
It looks like aluminum foil in his mouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it
I
is.
think a little bit more expensive.
That would have been cheaper if he did aluminum foil.
Yeah, no, that's a bit bizarre. What about all of your buddies, Ryan? How are your constituents doing?
God, what? I just saw Kanye's grill.
Like I said, it's terrifying. It looks like.
It does look like.
Pull that into the feed.
Can I pull? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pull it. Oh wait, hold on.
No,
Give me
it's
a
just
sec.
everything about it looks uncomfortable. While Alexa figures that out, what about the rest of your crew?
Yeah, the rest of my crew's doing well. It's all about, the churn and having fun. So Jax Muniz, who hopefully is joining us in just a little bit here, I think he's had the best weekend of all of us. But he's a very sharp handicapper.
Kanye West
As we have the
teeth,
Kanye West
everybody.
teeth.
That is the dangers of a grill and
that's what-
untreated.
Knowles is. That's what
Disorders.
Noel is going for. Maybe a little classier version.
That, but gold.
But gold. Wow.
So that's good. Some people in your group might be closer to getting their version of a Flava Flav clock.
Yes, I
But
think it's Jackson.
y'all seem to be having a lot of fun. Hanging over by that table yesterday was a lot of camaraderie. I feel like we're starting to see a couple younger faces enter the room. Again, this seems to be kind of a hobby that people pick up at some point in life. And if there's one thing that young dudes need, it's some more hobbies.
I'm trying to flag down Larry. Larry! Damn. Larry, okay. I've been trying so hard. Larry? Nah. Larry is
He's shrugging you off.
probably the most hardcore guy in here because he's got a DRF logo tattoo across his entire back.
Wow.
And I was,
Speaking of body mods.
I was graced with that yesterday. I was like, please show me it. And he did. And it was quite epic. But I've tried to get him to flash the camera, and he just won't do it.
What's
so.
the story behind it?
I mean, he's just a DRF super fan.
Degenerate, It's, but I say
Full
that in
on.
the best possible way.
Yeah, degenerate is a term of endearment, honestly. Yeah.
yes.
I see your DRF. Is it a back tattoo? And how big? How many inches across?
see it?
Are we talking? Yeah, I
took a
do
picture
want to
of it
see this
yesterday.
because I see that and I raise you. One of my ex-boyfriends from college got the Chipotle logo tattooed on his butt.
No.
Yeah, and
On
he
his
thought
butt.
he thought, oh, maybe I'll get free Chipotle for life. Oh, yeah, no, we can't show that photo on the stream. That's crazy. Okay, Chipotle logo was at least like a tasteful design. That is.
Dude.
Was he drunk when he did that?
I have no idea.
He must have. Here's my theory. Okay, he probably cashed a massive bet. Gotta pose for the selfie. He probably cashed a huge bet with the help of a DRF tool.
Got drunk.
Got wasted. Went to the nearest tattoo shop and said, "Do your worst."
Give that to Noel just so
I mean, it is. That's a good logo representation. It looks like it's been there at least a couple decades.
It's morphed from its original form, I think.
All right, yeah, that's the safe for work version.
This is, if we can get just a little tight shot of that, I mean.
Now you can see what I'm saying. Come on. Did anyone that was sober say, yeah, let's do this right now? I can tell you that I know the Chipotle logo didn't come from a clean
sober
state
living.
of mind.
Okay, so I hear Brian Skirka, the voice of God here, announcing that Tampa Bay Race 9 is 2 minutes to post, which is the next final table race. We're going to add that to the screen here so you can follow along. Also, Dan, are you in position with any of the final table players?
Nobody's shown up yet. I'm here. I'm waiting for them, but nobody's here yet. I think they've picked up on the routine that if they come in early, I'm going to talk to them. So I think they're all taking their time.
Come on, no one wants to play with Dan.
There's actually one player here. I don't know if I should name his name, but by process of elimination, you could probably figure out who it is, who has not been coming into the center circle because he doesn't want to be part of all this. He's like, I need to lock in and just be by myself, and I don't want to be in there. So he has decided to sit off to the side.
Honestly, I don't blame him. Like, yes, this is your moment, but it's your moment to try to win. And so if you need to be focused and not get caught up. I mean, I've had moments where I'm sitting in the lead in a huge tournament, and at the end, like, your brain goes away. Like, the time moves quick. You're like clammy and sweating, and like you can't think. And like the odds, it's like there's so much on the line, and maybe that's just me. I'm not built for the high stakes moments.
Lexi, you just described me by 11 a.m. on an average Tuesday. I don't think that I can handle it.
Sweaty, clammy, confused.
Knees are weak, arms are heavy.
Checking back in with our leader real quick, Richard Sugimoto. That had to feel nice, that last race.
Yes, it did. It was okay.
So how are you feeling now? You got a little bit of breathing room, but clearly there's still a long way to go.
Yes, 4 races, and there's maybe 1 or 2 long shots in there that could win. So.
Are you playing defense at all, or it's too early for all that? You're just picking your horses still?
No, I picked them last night. And so I'm just kind of sticking to what I had planned. It's been working for me all weekend, so I don't see really any reason to change.
Okay, well, I think that's right. It's crazy. You've got a 27-point lead, roughly $27 lead. 2nd through 10th is separated by only $18.
Wow. They have all got a shot. That's what's great about this game.
All right, continued success. We're going to kind of see who you got Tampa Bay now, right? Is that the next race here? Tampa Bay Race 9. The picks are already locked in. You want to tell us who you put in?
I put in Style.
You're going to have to tell me a number. I don't have a program. I have no clue who that is.
I think it's the number 7.
The number 7?
I love
okay.
that. I think.
Yeah, you're beyond calm. You don't even know. You're like, we're putting it in. They're in. It's out of your hands at this point.
Right. I think it's number 7. It's just everything's just going so fast through my head, that I kind of forget things.
Who are you here with?
My wife.
Okay. How is she dealing with this right now?
She's just having trouble finding things to do during the day. It's a lot of walking wherever you go.
Have you guys, have you started plotting out, how it's going to be, how the money's going to be utilized, or it's too early for that talk?
I don't know, not yet. She wants half.
Doesn't sound like a bad deal, right?
Yeah, no, that's all right.
All right, Richard Sugimoto, we're going to let him go. Keep up the good work here. So he's got, as we mentioned, he's got 320.88. He's got a nice little cushion right now, but a couple of prices here, and it could get tight for him again. The players here, the ones right here lined up next to us again, Dan Piazza, who we mentioned, trying to become the first player ever to win the NHC twice, and he would be doing that in back-to-back years, which is even more remarkable. Tommy Lenberg right next to him, who we've been talking with, definitely the most comfortable, and definitely the guy who's consumed the most beers out here so far in the final table. And then next to him, Tommy Franks, who we just spoke to a little while ago, Terry Franks, excuse me, who didn't share much in terms of his strategy. He's kind of playing a little closer to the vest.
Zip the lip.
Yeah, he ain't taking any chances.
Noel, we didn't
go
get
ahead.
Noel's pick. I wanted to get Noel's pick before
Yeah,
this
Noel's
race
pick.
goes off. Like, who would you play in here?
Well, I thought the most likely winner was the favorite, the 2, but if I was playing this, I'd play the 5, Stone Cold Flex. Just, I think 8-1 is completely disrespecting that horse's form right now. I mean, the horse is going so good, and, you know, a lot of these have a lot of ifs surrounding them, and I'll take the horse with good form, like the 5 horse.
Hey, no, guys on the set, if I could just walk over to this guy real quick. Roger, this is only your second time playing in the NHC, is that right?
Yeah, second time.
I mean, did you have any sort of realistic hope that you would be here right now?
I'm terrible at this. This isn't what I do. So, yeah, just trying to pick some winners along the way. It's a total crapshoot. I mean, just, you know, don't do anything stupid and hope, you know, the small amount of picks you have, which makes variance completely, you know, crazy. Just hope that you get a few in a row here.
Is this already a win for you, or would you you still shooting for that top spot?
Oh no, it's top spot or nothing. Like, it's so top heavy. So yeah,
we'll look out for some prices from Roger McDowell. So the race just went off, Tampa Bay, and I will let you know who everyone picked here. Richard did indeed pick the 7. Dan Piazza, who's in 3rd, picked the 7 as well. In between them, in 2nd place, Frank Polk, he has the 5. So an opportunity for Frank
Knowles
Polk
horse.
Picking Knowles horse, 8-1. If the 5 wins, we'd have a massive shakeup, and Frank Polk would come pretty close to Richard if the 5 wins. So.
Shadows. Another length and a half back to Denying, who makes some progress down at the pylons in 4th. Right to that one's outside goes Style Me Royal 5th. It's 3 more
One
then.
player does
Back to
have
Lace
the
Up
2.
in that
Ken
6th
Jordan,
position.
who's in 5th,
Ever Do It
has
starts
the
to drop
2.
back, is being passed by Cool Rags at the back. So a half mile left to go in the finale. It's been all passioned, and Samuel Marin through an opening half at a pretty strong 46.65 seconds. Passion leads him to the 3/8 pole length in front. Stone Cold Flex spies a gap down at the inside, and here's Stone Cold Flex trying to run through down along the inside. Passion still holding on to that lead by about a length. Stone Cold Flex second. 2 more back to Anchises. Style Me Royal trying to get going from 4th. Then comes Denying, and Lace Up trying to rally on as well. Passion was able to repel that first challenge from Stone Cold Flex, who now switches to the outside. Top of the stretch. Passion into the lane by 2 to Stone Cold Flex, who's trying to wear down this leader and is getting closer now. Here comes Stone Cold Flex on the outside. Passion gonna have to kick back. 2.5 more to Style Me Royal and Anchises at the 16th pole. Stone Cold Flex. Passion not going down without a fight. Stone Cold Flex. Passion. Stone Cold Flex and Passion. Photo finish. I thought it was Stone Cold Flex who got it. Passion was right there. Then came Style Me Royal and Anchises
Wow, 8-1.
Gonna shake some things up.
3 people on the leaderboard with that horse.
Tammy had it.
Tammy, let's go, Tammy! Oh
and
my
Noel
God.
had it too.
And Noel had it.
Shake 'em up.
Shake 'em up. Shake 'em up.
Yeah, he said, put some respect on this horse's name. How dare
Wait,
he?
we got Dan. We can't hear you.
Oh, I'm not saying anything. I was just listening to you guys. I was enjoying you reacting so much. I wasn't saying anything. I was trying to find Frank Polk. To be honest, I've lost track of him. We'll have to. Let me see if I got his table number here. Maybe we could track him down. But 3 people actually had the 5. Tammy.
Find Tammy.
Tommy.
We haven't heard from her today.
Yeah, let's go find Tammy. We'll go up to.
She's
we'll find
over.
Tammy.
Yeah, she's sitting right behind the set.
Right behind the set. Okay.
Yeah, she'll be easy enough to find.
Incredible.
So I wish we had the leaderboard up in front of us, because if I'm not mistaken, that's going to like basically tie this for
It's
first.
gonna be very, very close.
Well, here, I've added it to the stage so the audience can see. Tammy had 277 before this. She'll move up to over 300.
Nice pick
What
there.
about 1 and 2?
Thank you. Oh, Dan's there.
Do you guys have me? You guys have us here?
Gotcha.
So Tammy, one of 3 players to pick Stone Cold Flex at 8-1. This is pretty significant. That's a pretty big pick.
I'm really excited about that one. I just went through my sheets, and I originally had the 7, and I scratched it out and went to the 5. And I'm trying to figure out what I really liked about that horse, but now I'm kind of all a blur right now. But and now I'm handicapping the next one, so I'm looking at the wrong sheet. But
we're gonna let you get back to in a second. Just wanted to for you, emotionally, the high of yesterday, you come into today with the big lead. You're up and down today. Yeah. What has that just emotional roller coaster been like for you?
Oh, It's a lot. It's a lot. It's an emotional roller coaster. You try to keep your cool, and then then the race goes off, and then you're just kind of holding your breath. And I've had a lot of thirds, which is always that's a bummer. But yeah, no, this is a good one.
You're going to add 2480 to your total here. That should give you a nice little bump. You're going to be just over 300.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
Still got to update it, but yeah, I mean, I think it should get you in the top 5.
Nice. I'm happy about that.
You got a few more bullets to fire. Good luck. Let me see if I can unlock myself from this position. That's the next challenge. Thank you.
Ask Jay how he's feeling, unless they're too locked in.
Jay, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. She's doing all the work. I'm just in here cheering her on. I told her, put your Taylor Swift back in your ears and handicap the next race. I'll let you know if you win. Just keep at it, right? And she did. It worked again. It's worked like 3 times.
Oh, wait. She's got the Taylor Swift on. Okay. All right. We're going to let them get back focused here. I want to see if I can find, where's table 24? I mean, it goes 23. I'm looking for the one guy who
it's
is
right
going to.
here. It's
is
right,
it in front of you?
It's behind
Where is it?
you. Turn around. Turn there.
Which way?
Like right there.
That's 25.
Well, then 24's got to be next.
It says 43 on it. and nobody's sitting at it, more importantly. No one's there, so I can't do anything.
And then next to that is 23. So it's just it's a warp, a time warp.
All right, leaderboard up to, wow, Frank Polk. What is that? $2.68 behind. Wow, really
Frank, can
tight.
you refresh that screen?
Tommy Lenberg, 3rd, 306. Tammy, 4th. Tammy's all the way up to 4th.
Let's go, Tammy.
And Dan Piazza is 5th. This is really, really tight. From all our years covering this, I can't remember it being this tight,
this is
top to
unheard,
bottom.
yeah.
This is really intense.
And shifting so much with every race.
Yep. This is unbelievable. Okay, so yeah, let's see. And then top to bottom, I mean, GT is slipping a little bit. He's about $45 behind now. Terry, he's a little closer, $38 behind. And, that top 5, though, the top 5 is really tight. So I've got to find table 24. Anyone to help me find table 24?
Well, you do that. We've got a new guest on set. You holler if you find it, and we'll come back to you.
I will.
But in the meantime, we've got a familiar face who's been on set every day, actually, of this broadcast. We've got Joel Funk from MorningLine.io. Hey, Joel.
Hey, good to see you guys again. Thanks for having me up here.
Yes. Ooh, I like the shirt. Is that a Morning Line
Yeah, these are our silks, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Is that a little coral sleeve?
Coral sleeve, yeah. It'll be a coral hat, too.
Oh, I like that.
So you'll know when they're coming down the stretch.
Who was in charge of the design process?
Actually, we had a whole team put together the branding guidelines. So,
Pick out the colors. So there's
Yeah.
no deeper story, I guess, to the blue and the coral, because some people really, tie into a theme or a color scheme.
The shield actually is, there's a little bit of a story, right? Strength and loyalty. And so we had the shield inside, and then the coral and the blue is just...
You don't see a lot of it.
No, I think we also wanted to incorporate both male and female, too.
Like that.
So...
As we can see, as we were just talking about, Tammy shooting up the leaderboard ranks.
It's awesome.
Which is great to see. So how have the last couple days been over at the Morning Line booth? So obviously Dan went over yesterday. We all got to see the demo of how that all worked. As maybe people have become less locked into the tournament once they found out where they were on the leaderboard. Has there been some good traffic through there?
Yeah, traffic's been really good to the website. And we've been handing out the little chargers, so getting people engaged.
Those are awesome.
It's got a little QR code on the side, or on the back, so you can scan and go to Morning Line and check it out. So, yeah, no, it's been great, and this is an amazing event. It's my first one here. I got the bug. Alexa told me last night at dinner, hey, there's a free contest tomorrow. So
yeah.
I answered it, but we'll see. Yeah.
I'm in there too. I haven't. I'm gonna look now. I'm currently like texting the Horse Racing Women's Association.
So I was 186 before out of 1,600 before I just got on stage. So I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, let's see.
Long way to go.
There's a lot. Well, not really though, because this is only the final table races. Typically, these free tournaments have 12 to 15 races in them, but this one is just the 7. So it's quite a short field to win 5 NHC seats. You can only play in it if you're not qualified in the NHC this year. So we've taken out a lot of the heavy hitters, a lot of the the guys who, as we've seen, come back and crush it. And oh no. I'm not doing that as good as you, Joel.
But it was interesting too because the first 3 or 4 races happened within minutes apart from each other.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden I was like, oh, I want to watch the race, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, what are the results? So it happened
quick.
really quick, and I was like, oh, I thought there would be 20 minutes between each race.
Oh, I guess I'm wrong. It's not the final table races, but it is only 7.
Yeah,
and
it is
it's
7.
only open to players that did not qualify to the 2026 NHC. So we'll get some fresh blood in here next year.
We're looking at fresh blood right here.
Let's do it.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, so we've had you on a couple of times this week. I think viewers, you can see the logo in the top corner of the show. It's been there the whole time, morningline.io. But if anybody is just tuning in for the final table where they haven't really, seen the show all week, can you give a little, minute pitch of what morningline.io is?
Robinhood for horse racing, right? So you can buy shares of race horses. These are real horse races, horses racing right now, today. Some in training, some on the track. But these are, make no mistake about it. These are real, nothing mythical about this. This is not, fantasy horses. These are real horses racing, real dividends, real prize money. That's the difference too, right? So all these bettors behind me, right, they are interested in the odds on the board, right? With Morning Line, the odds don't matter. You get to participate in the purse. So that horse is, that race is going off for $1 million. You're in for the million, right? So that's a big difference. The idea here is try to understand, the betting mentality. It's more of a one and done type situation, where Morning Line is you're investing in the career. You're in it for the long haul. So stop thinking about the betting mentality of it, but more the portfolio style of thinking and how do I manage that? So, yeah.
It's such a cool new experience that people who are interested in horse racing, maybe looking for something to try out, test the waters, can do, but also for those that are really deep into the game and love it and maybe play in these tournaments, it's a great thing to translate over and add to your portfolio of activities you can have in racing.
You can hedge your bet, right? So you can still put a bet down, but go and get a piece of Morning Line too, because on Morning Line, if the horse finishes second or third, you didn't lose. You got a dividend.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean that horse can't come back and win next time out in a better position, right? So,
hey, Joel, I've actually pulled the platform up on the screen, and so, our viewers can see it here.
Oh, cool.
I'm on Taken by the Win's page. Can you tell us a little bit about Taken by the Win and what maybe some of this means?
Yeah, a lot of movement on her, right? So she went up and down based on her performance. So she's been in a couple stakes races. I think she won the Pocahontas, which is a Derby Oaks Prep, and her share price skyrocketed after that. She won the Silver Bullet Day Stakes over at the fairgrounds. She went up to $50, $60 a share on the platform. But then, I think we talked about it last time I was up here. She got hiccups. And Rachel told us about hanging upside down. So anyway.
In the limes with bitters.
The limes, all kinds of stuff. So
this is cool. You can see, the starts. You can see, the career statistics. We just scrolled past pedigree. You get to see a picture of the actual speed figures. Yeah. So, no, this is really cool. This is a lot of information. And did you say that you're really treated as an owner where you will get like workout reports and workout videos and stuff like that?
Yeah, if you go down further, you'll see the
news
workout
and
reports.
updates. Look at this.
Yes.
Oh, this is cool because that's such a part of the joy of being an owner is not just race day, but seeing them develop and, even if they have setbacks or this and that, like, being a part of it the whole time is.
I don't think people realize, so I know when you're handicapping, you're looking at the workout reports, right? I don't think people realize, unless you're actually an owner, what that means, right? And actually how nerve-wracking it is for an owner when the horse is breezing that day. Because you want to make sure not only did it breeze well, but it came out of the breeze healthy.
Right.
Right? And so you want to have consistent workouts, so you're like leading up to the next race. And Saturdays are a little nerve-wracking for me. They didn't used to be, because I get all the workout reports. I'm like, oh my God, is the horse okay? Is the horse okay? It's so much fun, and we're adding an element of gamification too, right? So you're gonna get to be on the track. It's not just watching it from your computer or watching it, watch the race from home or whatever. We're gonna get you to the track. So the more you spend, the more you participate on Morning Line, we're gonna come out with, it's called M-Line Coin, and essentially it's a frequent flyer mile program where, the more you participate, you're gonna earn, these rewards. And as you earn the rewards, you're gonna be able to go to the track and get experiences and box seats for the Derby and things like that,
Highly sought after and very, very expensive experiences.
Absolutely.
Big perk.
Lots of perks. It's a really cool thing to be a part of. And I know we've seen a lot of similar things in the past, I feel like, in racing come and go with initiatives like this. But I think this is one that I'm the most excited about, honestly, because, I know you guys, it's structured really well. It seems like everything is really thought through, and you have really quality horses on the platform. So I think if anybody is interested, check out morningline.io. Hopefully you buy a horse and it does what Taken by the Wind has done, and, it skyrockets in the price and you make real money. You get the experience of ownership in a new way.
And any owners out there who are listening, right, contact us. You can list your horse on our platform, take some money off the table. Owners, I'm telling you, will be able to get more money for their horses off this platform than they would in the real world. Taken by the Wind was trading at a $3 million valuation at one point. So the owners were able to take money off the table for her, right, at a $3 million valuation. I'm sorry, you're not going to get that for her in the real world right now. So, we have this element of fandom that drives prices. The fans love being a part of something, and that's what we've opened the door for. Yeah, there's other great opportunities out there too. We do offer a unique experience.
One of the great opportunities I want to showcase is that, again, these are quality horses, and one of the Morning Line horses was just in Saudi Arabia for the Saudi Cup. So I want to make sure we have enough time we have Oaklawn 8, right, is the next?
Yes, 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes. I do think we have enough time to show this. I'd love for you all to see the experience with Very Connected horse on the Morning Line platform in Saudi Arabia for the Saudi Derby.
We are in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, in the middle of a Saudi Cup day. Hello, my name is Francisco Serrano, and I'm an assistant trainer to Kenemy Peak. We came here last year, and I had the opportunity to come to the Middle East for the first time. But this year, we're bringing a Kentucky Derby prospect, Very Connected, and we're very excited. He adapted pretty quickly, and I got acclimated to the weather, to the different time change. Even for them, I think it's a little different, but he traveled well since leaving Fairgrounds to Miami and Miami to Riyadh. I think he checked off all the boxes. Very Connected's favorite new thing is to roll in the red sand. He's loved that. He's training super. Really, I think we're seeing a horse that's maturing at the right time, and he's definitely shown that he's more focused. Morning Line offers a lot of great horses that we have currently. You could build a portfolio, and the horses are basically stocks. It's a great way for people to get involved.
I'm now a racehorse owner of Very Connected. I just went to morningline.io and bought a share of them.
Perfect. Very fast, man. I just rolled one, you rolled two. Shukran. I think we all do it for, to possibly have a Kentucky Derby starter or Kentucky Oaks starter. But, now it's the first year they're having points for the Derby here. So it's, to be able to compete here at the highest level, I think it's very unique. But now that there's Derby points on the line, I think it makes it even more fun and exciting. This is basically a curry brush. It helps create circulation and also pick up any debris and sand or whatever it may be. They bring us out a little bit earlier than when we go to the parade for the paddock, but it's just, again, to have everyone in one place. Great. Yes, look, we're cutting back. He's gone a mile and 16, 2 turns. Now this time is a 1 turn. I think with the blinkers, he's going to show a little bit of speed, but, I think there's going to be even more speed. Brake well, get in position early, and save some run. Shukran to you. Yes. Let's do it, okay? Let's do it.
And they all get away. Cheyenne was a little bit rousted as Obliteration shows good speed, also showing good speed. Satono Voyage, acknowledge me please, in the purple colours. Out wider is Kea Agito, who just drops behind Best Green. So as they settle down, Obliteration, acknowledge me please, Satono Voyage. Wider out the left-hand side, Best Green in company with Kea Agiram and Tuajeri. Round the bend, 5 deep for the lead here. Obliteration on the inside of Satono. Al Haram thrusting down the outside, battling back Obliteration, but it's Al Haram right over the top, who will win the Saudi Derby.
Well, he had a clean break, and he was able to tuck him in early and looked like he was in a good spot. There was quite a bit of speed in front of him, but I thought he was going to give him a little bit better response. He ended up taking him outside, and it looked like he was coming, but he just kind of stayed grinding. Good horses from all over the world come here and compete, so anytime you got a spot here, just to be able to bring him here to the races, it's exciting. We'll talk to Adel, see what he thinks, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so pretty cool. I mean, the experience you can be a part of, and Morning Line obviously very connected, didn't win that race, but honestly, I was there. I became an owner in him, which was exciting to have an interest in the horse right before the race goes off, and it takes you places, right, that you never would have an opportunity to go to otherwise. So I think, yes, we always want winners, but the experience is, to me, just as valuable as well. But hey, the set has changed. We're 1 minute away from the next mandatory race in the final table, and we've got Rich Nilsson aboard. How's it going, Rich?
Yeah, good. I had a good weekend.
Tell us about it.
Well, I pretty much had a good day each of the 3 days, which is hard to do. I just made the cut yesterday.
Nice.
Twice I was within the top 10, and then I started falling.
Oh, man.
So that was unfortunate. But I did hang on to make the final cut.
Good for you.
And I did improve my score today.
Nice.
By, I don't know, 30, 40 bucks, something like that. So I ended up finished 43rd.
43rd. Okay, I'm looking at my sheet. So you're bringing home 16 grand.
Yes.
That's pretty sexy.
Pretty happy with that.
What are you going to do with it? You got any big purchases next?
I'll ask my wife. I don't know.
See, that's been the theme all week, give money to your wives and you win at horses. So you have been in this position that these guys and one gal are in right now, twice. You've been at the final table twice, is that correct?
I finished in the top 10, but that was actually before this final table concept existed.
Okay.
So it was
2002?
Yeah, it was a while. I don't even remember what years it was. But
I've got 2002 and 2011, but those could be incorrect.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
What is
But it was a
space
free
and
for all,
time, really?
so I'm sorry.
What is space and time, really? He was there.
He was. So there was not. Oh, we've got Ellis Starr chiming in. Rich is awesome. Yes, Rich is awesome. We love
My buddy Ellis. Hello, Ellis.
He's the best. We love Ellis.
What was it like when it wasn't a final table? You said it was just kind of a free-for-all?
Well, it was a free-for-all where, someone who was in 30th could potentially move all the way up to first. So nice. they didn't do the cuts like they do now. But it's a great concept. It makes it pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So it's not easy to make the final table.
No, it's not.
Our friend Dylan Donnelly has done it 2 years in a row now, which is phenomenal.
Definitely very hard to
And
do.
the defending winner
Yes.
from last year, Dan Piazza.
Incredible.
And GT Nixon, I believe, as well. So there's obviously some skill, not just luck, that goes into it.
Yes.
Did you handicap this race, the Oakland 8?
Well, I don't know how well I handicapped it, but at this point in I'm making plays for the consolation tournament, which I also got to play in, but didn't do well in. So I'm taking a stab with the 2-horse.
Okay.
Trying to catch up.
22 to 1.
Yeah, it's the longest shot on the board.
We've got Stanley chiming in saying, congrats, Rich. We've got a question from our viewers. What does the RL mean? That means they're a Raceland subscriber, and the top placing person with a Raceland subscription gets an entry to next year's NHC. All right, it looks like they're getting loaded. And you said you have the 2?
I have the 2.
All right, they're getting loaded. We've got in the bottom left, all the players are lining up to watch their picks, and Dan is going to tell us who they've chosen.
Yeah, they're about to post them here in a second.
Early on with Rock in the Lane. Queen Mallard going to take back here. Miss Carroll County with the lead from Rock in the Lane, who runs in the second spot.
They're not up yet. Oh, now they're up. All right, Richard Sugimoto, your leader, the only person here with the favorite, the 1. So he went with your 3-2 favorite, the 1. Frank Polk in second has the 6, who's currently in second at 14 to 1. That would be a game changer. Tommy Lenberg in third has the 3. 1-6-3, and then behind them a couple of 10s. 1-6-3-10 are the big numbers here.
Off the lead with 5/16 to go, trying to produce a bit in the 3 path. Another 3 to Double Daddy issues the gray under pressure. Woodruff is tailed off as they hit the top of the lane. Miss Carroll County.
This 6 would make a massive leaderboard change.
Queen Mallard up into third, gaining some ground on the 4 outside. 1 furlong to go. Miss Carroll County still in front. Queen Mallard,
Tammy's
Miss
got the
Macy
10.
coming
Let's
with a
go,
charge
Tammy.
in the 3 path here, approaching the 16th pole.
Let's go,
Miss Macy
Tammy.
hopping up and down, grabs the lead, coming to the finish, and Miss Macy will win. Miss Macy and Danilo Grisales Rabe in time. Miss Carroll County second, Queen Mallard third. Rock
3
in the
wins,
lane
the
fourth.
1 gets second. Looks like Tommy had the 3.
Well, I don't think anybody could have guessed it based on your reaction. Alex, Tommy Lenberg, you had the 3 apparently at 4 to 1.
Tree. I have the tree.
All right, so let's do some math. You want to do some quick math? You are $14 behind.
I finally found a victory beer to go with the victory cigar, so math no more. Tommy, dummy. But Tommy can still pick win us.
How did you land on that horse? What made you go with the 3?
The thoroughgraph numbers just stood out, and my buddy Bruno DiGiulio Clocker, he seconded that. So, and it's, if you're a math guy, which I am not now, but last night when I was handicapping, and I did start with the final table, the last 7, and worked my way backward and realized, okay, now I have to get to the final table. So I didn't, when I woke up this morning, I already had handicapped the final table. I needed to figure out how to get here.
Here you are, and just doing some quick math in my mind. I think you're going to clear 320 here. The only thing is, Richard, the leader, he actually had the 1. He's going to get a couple of place dollars.
Really, he's obviously a great handicapper. You don't lead after 3 days by not being a great handicapper. I get it.
Well, it's going to be you guys 1-2 right now after this race.
It's all about cash and tickets.
Well, we'll see you right back here in a couple minutes.
See you in a bit.
All right. Tommy Lenberg heating up.
What a character.
Heating up with his beer and his cigar.
I love the vibe.
So, yeah, no, that was awesome. That was a great reaction. It's going to be really tight. Guys, Richard Sugimoto had the 1, so he's going to get a couple of dollars place money. He probably ends up with $324, $323 and change. And Tommy, I think, is going to be right about $320, $321. I think it'll be about $1 or 2 apart.
The John Daly of handicapping. In this moment, I think that he might pour his beer into the trophy and chug it out. If
It's a real possibility.
I'm gonna grab some of it and drink it in a minute too, because he's stressing me out a little bit. So.
And then there's like only 10 minutes till the
they
next
just put it
9
up.
minutes to the next
Okay,
race.
wait. So he's going to add $15 for that horse. A little less than $15 gets him to $321.34. Sugimoto's going to have $320.
Greg, can you refresh
literally,
that?
they're going to be less than $2 apart at the top. But Richard should hold his lead by about a little less than $2.
Okay, we're refreshing the leaderboard. I don't know if it's updated quite yet.
I forgot. Did you guys see if anyone else? I think one other. Oh, I think Dylan picked the 3 horse as well, and Dylan right now is in 6th, so he'll get a nice little bump there. $15 will get him to 305. He'll jump into 4th if my math's right. I think he jumps into 4th after that.
It kind of takes a second to load. We're on this.
I've got the leaderboard in my head. I'm doing the math here live.
Your head. Okay, it's updated. Is it updated? Yes, it is.
Dan is a calculator, in case you didn't know.
Tommy's behind by $3, a little less than $3. Dylan moved to 4th place, and Richard increased a couple bucks for that place. So Richard stays in the lead. There we have it. So
you guys still on me, or I'm just like standing here?
You're standing there. We still see you.
Am I supposed to be talking? Should I say
you don't
something?
have to be.
The leaderboard is
I'll
the
tell you a
main
couple of
screen right
things.
now, Dan.
Let me share something. Is Rich still on set?
Yes, Rich is still on set. He's with
All right, well,
us.
tell him I love him. Give him a hug for me. I love Rich.
Thanks,
Rich
Dan.
is my man.
He's a great guy.
I know. There's a lot of good people in this room.
So, all right, ask Rich. Wait. Ask Rich to cold deck these last 3 races. Gulfstream 10, Oaklaw 9, Santa Anita 5. He could do it. He could give you all 3 winners.
Oh,
Let's
wow,
go.
Okay.
Right here, right
Confidence.
now.
I like that confidence.
All right, let's do that. What do you got in here? We're only 7 minutes away from Gulfstream. You know who you
I
like?
am on the. I was looking for value. I'm on the 8. So
8 to 1.
price. Yep.
What if you were, let's say, GT Nixon in 10th place, 275? You're now close to $50 away from the lead. What are you playing in here?
Well, there's still there's 3 plays left now.
There are 3 races left. Yes.
I mean,
The Silver Sunday contest, again, the full Silver Sunday leaderboard is on NTRA.com with 3 races to go.
Well, he doesn't have to stab
Right.
necessarily. I mean, if he can find a nice winner in the 7, 8 to 1 range, that's going to move him up.
So you're 8.
Move him.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, 8
So-
would pay like $27, maybe.
But at
26,
least if
27?
he can hit that, then that's going to move him in position to play another
Yeah.
potential 7, 8 to 1 shot instead of just stabbing at 20 to 1 shots from here on out. You know.
Let's say you're Tammy and you're in 5th place and you're only $22 away. Are you picking and you love a 2 to 1? Do you play it? Do you?
I'd say the only reason you wouldn't play it is if it's not going to move you up in any position. If it's going to move her up 1 or 2 spots, then you should definitely play it. But if it's not going to move her up, because I can't see the leaderboard at the moment.
Here, it's right down here on the front left, if you can see, and
okay.
she's only $3 behind 4th place. So, and she's only $16 behind 3rd. So really, anything can. Pretty much anything can get her into the next position, and
exactly.
5th place is $125,000. 4th place is $150,000. So another $25K.
But then you got to start calculating soon what's going to get me the win, right? Because like the last race today, before the final cut to the final table, I had 1 play left. I was $45 out of getting into the table.
Wow.
And I loved a horse that was 8 to 1. Well, that wasn't going to get me to the final table. So I ended up switching to a horse that was a capper. The horse ended up being like 49 to 1, believe it or not, and looked like it might win it in the middle of the stretch. Ended up running 3rd. So
that'll get you going. Are you a big cheer? Root your horse home?
Not as much as some people.
Not
but
as much
I do
as
cheer.
Tommy
I
over in
absolutely
the.
do cheer.
Yeah, you're not chugging your beer out of your hat.
My friend Steve-O, who sits next to me, he can be pretty
animated.
nutty.
He's definitely animated. And for those watching who don't know the tournament lingo, so a capper or a cap horse, in these tournaments, they put a cap on the payout so that if a 200 to 1 horse, or we saw 130 to 1 horse come in the other day, it doesn't like totally end the tournament there with somebody getting too far ahead. So they cap it at around 25 to 1-ish. It's
20 to 1.
20 to 1, yeah. But I feel like I've seen
It's
20
20
to
1
and
10 to 1.
10 to 1.
It's
So it's $64.
It's $44 to win and $22 to place. So, that's two in these tournaments. There's some strategy to playing a really long shot that you might not think can win, but could get second, and you could pick up like $22, which is much better than a favorite getting first and giving you 10.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
So Ryan's been kind of quiet today because he's been on double duty. I see his laptop screen over here, and it is just straight DRF pages, handicapping, he's placing bets. So for anyone who maybe is not playing in the tournament, obviously we love the insights of, okay, how some of these players might strategically approach their choices with regards to the leaderboard. Anyone that's looking to throw around some change at home, you got any good picks for them? Obviously, this next race we'll be showing is this Gulfstream Race 10. Going off in 3 minutes here.
Yeah, of course. I mean, these final table races are all so competitive, and that's kind of what makes them the most fun to handicap, at least for me. So looking at the last race at Gulfstream today, I kept coming back to the rail horse in Corte Fuego. First off the claim for Kevin Attard. He's typically a guy who trains up at Woodbine, but he did send a small string down here, and obviously he's participating in the claiming game. Pietro Moran, who I believe won Apprentice Jockey at the Eclipse Award, has been obviously fantastic as he won many races up at Woodbine, and he's aboard here first off the claim. And there's a lot of runners in here that like to be forward. This is a horse that comes from well off the pace, and I think that's probably going to favor him today because he's the best closer in a race full of kind of those plodding types. And he's worth a shot right now at about 3-1. I don't know how much shorter I'd like to go on that, but 3-1 is a fair enough price for me.
And this is the one horse.
Yes, the one horse.
So currently the favorite. However, that's not a bad price for a favorite, right?
That's not terrible, especially if you're playing in the NHC and that's with 3 races left. That's definitely a horse that'll move you up. What about almost
12
$9?
bucks.
$12.
That was my 8-horse look. You give it any shot?
I love Edgar Zayas, and that's who's aboard the 8, so I would never count him out in any sort of race. He's a fantastic rider, and he's one that, you get I would say a rider upgrade from Jorge Ruiz to Edgar Zayas, especially over this Tapeta course. So that's one at 8-1 right now that I'd certainly look into.
We've got Ellis Starr tuning in the comments saying he really likes the number 3, Walter Milad.
Okay. Ellis is a good handicapper.
He is a great handicapper. Ellis, how did you end up doing yesterday in the charity tournament? I remember you commented that you were in the lead at one point. We never checked in, so drop a comment to see how that ended up yesterday.
And Ellis, I want to know how many times Jude Feld has won that charity tournament, because I noticed Jude won it. I heard about that, and I'm pretty sure Jude has won that thing multiple times.
The last update from Ellis was that he was in second, I believe.
So this one's going on right now?
Yesterday.
It's still going on.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, I thought it
believe.
ended.
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah, it ended.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know where I am or what's happening. Where'd she go?
Jude, I read that Jude Feld won it.
Okay, lovely. Yeah, well, that's
But Ellis
great.
might have been right up there.
Ellis, we want to know where you ended up. So,
And some changing of favorites now. Shifted over to the 7, taking a bit more money. So an even better price on this one that Ryan likes. So, hey, if you want to get involved at home, there's your picks. And it doesn't sound like you're going to count out the 8.
Yeah, never. I love
8,
Edgar Zayas.
3, and 1. 8, 3, 1.
1
are
through
our
the 8
picks.
box. Maybe that's the.
Oh yeah, Ellis
Maybe
finished
that's the play.
second by $3.60.
Oh, good job,
great
Ellis.
showing, Ellis. Incredible.
Good job.
Stellar handicapper, even better person. Okay, we're 0 minutes to post here at Gulfstream. We're gonna add the feed so everybody can see the race. And then Dan, are the players gathering yet?
Here. Nobody's here. Nobody's here though because the horses were a little late getting onto the track because of the. I would assume there's probably some lightning. There's definitely some weather out there. Track looks really
Looks a little
really
sloppy.
wet.
It's a good thing they're on the Tapeta.
Yeah.
I wonder, okay, so from the player's perspective, obviously betting on a race, weather, track conditions play a part of it. Would that change your strategy, though, if you're a final table, or do you just go straight off of
Well, if
the
it's,
choices
yeah,
you made last night before
No,
weather
you-
was part of the equation?
Well, you would definitely have to adjust based on the weather. But if it's on the all-weather Tapeta surface, then you wouldn't change it because it's not really going to change that track much.
That's great insight.
Dirt or turf, of course, you have to adjust.
Definitely, and then turf to Tapeta. So I believe this race was originally scheduled for the grass, and they've moved it. And they've moved it now onto the Tapeta. So that's a reason to look for sure.
Right.
But those Tapeta races typically, the whole purpose of the synthetic surface is that it plays fair, and you know, it's not supposed to really change with any weather conditions.
Right.
Obviously, I think Florida puts that to the test with their thunderstorms that they have all the time. So, but we've seen the track play consistent today. I think it favors horses maybe from a little bit off the pace, and we've gotten some fair results. But I think the last race was won by a 13-1 horse, so that came from off the pace. So I'm not quite getting that on the Rail Runner here, but 4-1 now, and I'll happily take that.
And how far is this race?
This race is going 1 mile and 70 yards. Okay. Originally, it was 1 mile and a 16th on the grass, and then they obviously have to change the distance a bit.
Like I said, Ryan has been locked in. He knows his shit, okay, over here with his.
He does. He's
having locked in, ready to go.
So because of this little delay here, which I mean, Gulfstream is always a little behind schedule, but it's going to mean that second to last race sneaks up pretty quickly on these players. I mean, they might only have 10 minutes or so between races. The next one is Oaklawn race 9. So as the pressure mounts and adds, the time gets thinner, and you have to really, you know, be focused and hopefully chill, or drinking and having lucky cigars, I guess, are the, you know, the other options.
What side of the spectrum are you?
He's got the players, and they're loading in the gate.
Yeah, so they're coming in.
And I want to say thanks to both Ryan and Rich, because we're going to do a set change here while we watch this race.
Thank you.
So we've got 3 players in right now: Dan, Frank, Terry, and there's the understated Tommy Lenberg. So they're about halfway loaded, or 3/4 of the way loaded, actually. So we'll let you know here in a second who picked what.
Getting to the final table. Good luck as they try to take down $825,000 in a first prize, as well as an Eclipse Award for Horseplayer of the Year. A couple races to go in the 2026 NHC, so good luck to everybody.
Guys in the center there you see talking are Frank and Tommy. Frank is in third. He's $3 behind Tommy. Tommy's in second, $3 behind Richard, who's right to the left of Tommy. That's wild. $6 separating the top 3 right now.
Ryan, you could just go off there.
Battle of Dover, Jose Morelos are on the outside.
So this looks totally
They're up. Good start for Walter Milad, headed off for the early advantage. Good start for Walter Milad.
Let's see the numbers here in a moment. All right, the top 3 players each picked a different horse. Richard Sugimoto picked the 4. Tommy Lenberg picked the 1.
Back from there, Rashid. He's a length in front of Space Launch, who's third last. Second last is Jim's Hope, the early trip.
$20 behind, also picked the 4, so he can't gain on the leader, Richard Sugimoto, but he could potentially make a move on the guys in second and third. So we'll see what happens. 4-1-7, the big numbers in play.
Up to the outside, he's now 6th. Space Launch is racing 7th.
And by the way, no one picked this 3. No one has the 3 at all.
He's 4 wide on a backstretch brush. 24-1 for the opening quarter, less than 5 furlongs to run. Walter Milad in front. He leads by almost a length. Jayhawk is second. Angled to the clear. Orange colors of Battle of Dover. He's going to force some mid-race action. Moving up toward the inside, it's Karen Tan. And on the far outside, it's Border War ahead of Rashid. Then back to the outside, Space Launch ahead of Corte Fuego. And Jim's Hope is last. They put on some speed past the 3/8. Walter Milad still has the lead. In between horses, Jayhawk, 3 wide, Battle of Dover. Border War is 4 wide. Karen Tan, 5th in the rail.
The horse in between horses right now, the 7. Frank Polk, who's in third, has him. No one has 3, 9, and 8, at least in the top 5.
On the outside, Battle of Dover at the rail, Karen Tan, then Border War.
Big opportunity here for Frank Polk with the 7.
Remains. Jorge Ruiz trying to get 1 more furlong from Jayhawk. He's in front. Battling for minor placings. Walter Milad down the center, Battle of Dover. In between horses.
Dan Piazza has the 8, who's closing on the outside.
In front, and he's a winner. Jayhawk in front. Second, Battle of Dover. Close then for third. Walter Milad.
Nothing for Dan Piazza there. Frank Polk. Frank Polk is going to come. Is going to probably take the lead. Frank, nice pick there. You had the 7. You had the winner at 5-2. With that, very good chance you jump into the lead with 2 races left.
20 cents. I'll be about 30 cents in the lead, maybe something like that. So, but I'll take it.
So you're saying you feel no less stressed?
Yeah, no, fantastic. I hate to bet favorites, and I just thought this is the only horse I could bet on, though. So.
Did I read right? This is your 14th time qualifying for the NHC?
I think so. It's kind of embarrassing. I've done so poorly for so many years. So.
This is your first time here at this final table?
In the final table, yeah. I've cashed twice, modestly.
Okay. Have you done anything different this year?
I've won. I mean, it's just, it's a kind of a crapshoot. So I got hot. I had a poor day Friday, and I had a great day yesterday. And, I had a good feel for the races yesterday, which is pretty rare for anybody to say. But, yeah, feel lucky.
Yeah. Well, did I see you're from Oklahoma City as well?
That's right.
Okay. Are you here alone? Or are you here with friends, family?
I've met some, I've got together with some friends out here. My wife is taking care of our dog and 2 cats, so she would rather do that than come to Vegas and sit in a room, so yeah.
Have you checked in with her and said, hey, this is what's going on, and how's she reacting?
She's been great because she's been supportive of my crazy habit here, and so she's thrilled, I think, and so she's passed the information on to other friends out there, and so it's going to be fun when I get back, no matter what.
And either way, you're set up for a nice cash. If you end up winning the top prize, have you let your mind think about what you would do with that, what that would mean for you?
Well, about half of it go to taxes. It's like, I'd pass some money out to family members and go to Hawaii or something, and probably donate some money to the Thoroughbred Aftercare, and then it'd be gone.
Well, at least you've got it all accounted for.
I'd come back next year and try again, yeah.
Well, Frank Polk, 14-time qualifier, first time at the final table. You're about to be in first place with 2 races left.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Take care.
Good luck the rest of the way. All right. That's super exciting. I mean, that's, again, it just goes to show, if anyone thinks they've got this thing figured out, he's obviously good enough to make it here every year. Has never even come close to being in this position. Finally, this year broke through. I said, what's different? He said, I'm picking winners.
He's winning this time. And Rock Chalk, baby, Jayhawk for all of those me, KU alumni out there winning this race.
It's about a week early. They're usually a little later into March Madness,
I know,
the Jayhawks,
right?
right? 'Cause I think we're going to have the tournament selection coming up right about now. I think in about 30 minutes or so they're going to be selecting the brackets, I think.
It's exciting, but we've got a new guest. We got Mike Somich up here, a face that many of you, I'm sure, know. Mike, how's it going?
It's going well. It's been a frustrating weekend, but it is a very fun final table. I love it when we have this close of competition. We've got a bunch of people who are still a shot, a lot of horses that different people can use, and these last 2 races are awesome tournament races as well.
Yeah, they are. This is a very, very competitive final table, probably the most competitive final table I've seen in a long time. You're host of the Magic Mike Show, which means something different in Vegas.
Yeah, not the Magic Mike you may think of. Yeah, we host a podcast for racing dudes every Thursday, going over pick 5s, talking about ticket construction, who we like, who we don't, why we're landing on specific horses, and it's been fun to develop that over the last 5 or 6 years, and then run into so many people here who said, oh, I started listening to you, and you were playing tournaments, and loved trying to get into it, and now they made it here, so it's been awesome being able to do that for the last 5 or 6 years.
I mean, you have great viewership. We heard from a guest earlier, a recommendation for people getting involved to find a podcast they like. But have you ever thought about adding some strip into the mix to boost viewers,
Well, if you look at the art for the show, we're putting it all out there.
I love it.
We're putting it all out there. So we talked about having a Magic Mike Show after dark.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we lost Texas, so we couldn't play those night races, so we had to get rid of it.
Texas. Messing it up for everybody. Okay, so were you competing this weekend as well?
I was, yes. Well, I mean, not really, but I was here playing horses, so I guess yes.
How many times have you been in the NHC?
This is my 6th year that I've been here, so it's a blast. I mean, I absolutely love coming here. I remember coming here the first year just being nervous, trying to make sure that I'm prepared, ready to go, and now coming back the 6th year, it's so much easier to kind of just jump back into the competition, and I have a set of guys that we sit with at the same table, and it's just the camaraderie of it is what makes the weekend awesome.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen on an NHC weekend? Either in here or maybe at the craps table after.
I mean, look, I remember the year Mike Gillum won. I knew he was going to win going to the final table because he rolled for about 45 minutes on the craps the night before. And
Really?
so we're all, it's literally, 12 people at the craps table, 10 of the 12, all NHC people. And we all know each other from horse tourneys, horse players. You see the names on there, and certain people forget to not hit the cap button the whole way through. And so it's Mike Gillum, all caps Mike Gillum. And so we were yelling all caps every time he's throwing the dice, and he had a huge run, and then you see him at the final table that next day.
Mike, you one-upped me and Dan, because me and Dan were trying to pick our winners earlier. We didn't handicap the handicappers.
Oh, you got it.
We got a handicap. You were handicapping the handicappers last year. You were looking at the field, seeing what they were doing the night before, or when Mike won, right? And you said, okay, based on his luck, maybe someone's out a little too much, having a few too many drinks. You go the other way on them the next day, right?
Well, I don't know. My best day came when I was drunk the entire time.
There you go.
So you never know. You never know.
Less worried and anxious about what was happening. Probably, right?
I zeroed out the first day, and I won day 2, and I literally started drinking Bloody Marys at 9 a.m.
There you go.
And it worked out well. So you can't complain about that. But you've got a sun run. You've got to be lucky and right a lot of times here if you want to do well. And sometimes it's just your weekend. And you can tell outside of the horse racing aspect when you're just having a really good weekend. And it helps.
Just sometimes get hot, stay hot. You're on that lucky streak. I did hear the leaderboard. You heard a little roar in the back of the room. Leaderboard has updated, Greg. If you want to refresh that screen, and we'll put it on the screen for you. We have a new leader.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Movement on the leaderboard now.
Yes, so I think this is updated. Frank Polk has 330 flat.
He's the only one that had that horse, that last winner, and I don't think anybody even had the runner up in that race, so that was where he got that separation.
Yeah, he made a big move, and now he's $5.92 in front of Robert. And Tammy, our girl Tammy's still in third. We love you, Tammy. We're rooting for you so hard. So, very exciting stuff. Again, what do you think about this, Mike, with this leaderboard being so neck and neck?
It makes it really interesting, especially when you have races like this coming up at Oaklawn. You look at the board, and you basically have co-favorites at 7-2. It puts so many more horses in play when you're this tight on the top, because a lot of times you'll have situations where someone has a gap. And when there's a gap there, if you really want to try and win this thing, which is what you should be doing with the money up top, you're kind of forced to play certain horses that are 8-1, 10-1, 12-1, 15-1. With how tight this currently is, a lot of these players can still be playing the 7-2s, the 9-2s, and that really creates a little bit more variance at a final table, because you're not sure what strategy the people around you are necessarily going to try and use, because there's some people that are going to be playing to move up a spot or two and not as worried about going after the top money, because you're seeing $10, $20, $30, $40,000 jumps here, and that absolutely matters to certain people. So if you can get an extra $40K, I'm okay with taking a 7-2, right? And that's what someone may mentally think, where other people are going to say, look, I need to take the 6 at 10-1. I need to take the 1 at 7-1 and be able to try and make a big move from the middle of the pack all the way up to the top.
Keeps the options open for everybody.
It really does.
Right?
It makes it much more open.
Because as you pointed out, for so many people in this contest, after a bad day 1 or an early bad part of day 2, you've cut out a bunch of your options now. You can't even take some of those shorter prices at all. So when it's close like this, it feels like it's the most fair, right, to see in the final table of who can really pick the horses they want, play their strongest opinion, and not be scared of not having the big enough price to make it matter,
Yeah, when you have, again, we've got, Dan's in 6th, he's $40 back. He's at that break point where you got to start thinking, okay, I've got 2 races left. I can't take one of the 3 or 4-1 shots.
Exactly.
Everyone above him sitting there saying, hey, 2 4-1 shots gets me in front. And so depending on what your opinion is in that last race at Santa Anita, that really allows you to kind of map out your path. Whenever you're a final table like this, it's like playing a golf hole. You should work from the last race forward. Understand what your options are in the last race. Do I like a horse that's 20-1? Do I want to be playing a 3-1 shot? Year that I was at the final table, I loved the favorite in the last race, which meant I was absolutely shooting to be in first heading into that last race, and that adjusted who I was playing in the prior races because I expected the chalk to win. And you're saying, okay, I have 6 races to make my move, not the full 7. And that's what all these people should be looking at.
I feel like a lot of people do not think that way. I don't even know if I've thought that way of working, from the end up, because it's true. And there's been a number of times in this tournament where that last race isn't that juicy. Nope. There's not that much going on, and it can be, you're right, you kind of just don't consider it as one to make a big move. But before, we're 1 minute to Oaklawn 9, so I want to know both Gino and Mike's picks for this race.
Go ahead, Mike. Who did you have here?
This was one where if I'm close up top, I'm taking the 2. I think Landlord is the horse to kind of beat here. I like the last 2 against the State Bred Company. We're dropping down to the lowest level we've faced in a while. So I will take the 2 at 5-1 if I'm close. If I needed a shot, I'd be going with the 6.
Any opinion here for you, Rachel?
Oh, no. I'm just wondering how much the wind resistance is going to play into this race. It is.
It was damaging winds on
It
the
is.
forecast this morning.
Yikes.
Thought the 10 was interesting. UVC is like round 7-2 right now. Might be able to sit a nice trip, third start off the bench from the outside, getting some class relief here.
All right, well, they're in the gate. We're about to see. And then I don't know where Dan and Alex are, but if they can. Oh, there they are. They got a camera
here.
on.
Yep.
You're here. You're ready.
Yeah, we're here. We're standing by. So they're just about, what, they've got a couple of horses left to enter.
Cloudy coming up. 2-bag, table money.
Here we go. All right, good luck.
Will money go again? Into the outside, UVC. UVC rounds out the group. We're ready to go in the finale. And we're off in the nightcap. Hop in the air at the start for
All right,
High-Tailed
I'll give you the
Cowboy.
update here
Table money
in
on the
just
far
a
outside.
second.
Away alertly strides in front with Landlord.
All right,
the
Frank
gray
Polk,
horse
your new
here.
leader,
Shake-up
has
is
the
between
4,
that
who
pair.
actually
Link
broke
back
pretty
to
far
Blessed Vision,
behind.
who's down on the
Richard
inside.
Sugimoto
Cloudy,
has the
and
6.
UVC, who's deep. Another
Tommy
2 lengths to
Lindbergh
our
has
Heavenly
the
Gift.
3.
Papi Muñayo, third
Dylan
last.
Donnelly has
Choctaw
the
Zip
4.
is
Tammy
second to last
has the
today,
4.
and
So
High-Tailed
Tammy and Frank
Cowboys
Polk
at the
both
back
have the same
as they
horse.
go towards the
She
far
won't
turn.
gain on the
Shake
leader
up,
in this
narrow
race.
lead, table money,
Richard
the pressure
Sugimoto
from
has
the
6-3
outside is
and
the
9.
corner.
Richard
Blessed Vision down
Sugimoto,
on the
Tommy
rail,
Lindbergh, and
saving
Dylan
ground,
Donnelly.
running in the
6-3 and 9
third
in that
spot.
order.
Landlord has lost a couple spots.
Couple of big
under
prices up
pressure.
front, too.
UVC
This could
is
shake
next.
things up.
Choctaw Zip trying to come from second to last. He's 4 wide, passing some horses now.
This would be
rounding the
something
turn.
if the
2
6-1
clear.
and
Chupapi
Sugimoto
Muñayo, who's
reclaimed
following the
his
move
lead
of a
this
couple
way.
runners here. Chupapi Muñayo has horse getting outside as they come off the turn. Landlord
There's the
is
horse Mike
re-rallied
mentioned,
to
the
take a head
2.
lead here. Choctaw Zip
Dan
on the far
Piazza has
outside.
the 2.
UVC between them. Then comes Chupapi
Getting past down
Muñayo
the
diving
outside
towards
by the 3
inside.
and
One
the 4.
furlong to go here. Outside Choctaw Zip.
Opportunity here for Frank Polk to extend the lead. Oh, the 10. It's the 10 at the center. Up the rail, the 3. Tommy Lindbergh. Tommy Lindbergh does it again.
Tommy's in flow state.
Does anybody know what the odds of that 3 were? I didn't see it. 7-2. Tommy's going to take the lead.
Dan, let's get a soundbite from Tommy. If you, I see him running
Tommy.
away, but
Tommy, don't run. Don't run. Stay right there.
He's going a little hard right now.
Tommy.
I mean, what's going on? Tell me. Talk to me.
Oh, we already covered this. We're just figuring out how quickly can we spend this money.
Any new ideas other than charity?
No, Marcus is sending a limo from Sapphire, and we're going straight there. Fire it up.
This is all promo material. We've talked about this. All promo material for them. All right. So you saw what you had in front of you there. You were $9 behind. You are now. You can do the math here, right?
Can't.
You can do the math now. You can do the math. You're going to be in the lead.
Woo! With 1 to go. And my best bet of the day's in the last race.
Oh.
I might have to throw some real money at it.
I'm going to look over his. Yeah, I'm going to look over his shoulder and see if I can get this horse too, because I want to play it. But I wouldn't do that to you. I will not do that.
Right on. Thank you. No, go ahead and. I don't care about the price at this point.
Oh no, I meant I just didn't want to do anything bad by betting the horse.
You're obviously good luck.
Oh my God. I'll be in that limo.
Right? Oh.
All right. All right, Tommy Lindbergh, get back to work. We'll see you in there in a minute.
Tommy,
All right.
I had a very bucket list Vegas moment last night. I got to stand out of the roof of a Hummer limo going down the strip.
You did not.
I did.
Check out her Instagram. You can see it. It's all on there. She's a part. I was texting her. We were going to come meet, but then at that point she was already on her way back. So
I know. Well, I was there an hour
it
before.
was late. I
hour
will
and a
say I
half.
had to get some work done for the pick sixes, so I didn't really start my night till a little bit later.
Always working hard, Gino. You're missing out on the Hummer limo, though.
know.
That was with the morning line crew, I will say. So, I mean, they
They work hard, play hard.
They work hard, play hard over at morningline.io. Which actually is a great segue.
For our next guest, Rachel?
For our first.
Yeah, that's a professional segue right there because I blew the turn last night.
Work hard, play hard, for sure.
Got addicted to a video poker machine, and I am so tired. I got up to 350 and I lost it all.
Oh, Rachel.
I know, you guys.
My
I
condolences.
should have just stuck with Alexa. I would be $350 richer
Girl,
right now.
You would be richer and you would be happier. You would be in a Hummer limo and a nightclub just rocking and rolling. This is obviously Rachel McLaughlin from Horseshoe, Indiana. Before that, my actual segue, which is now cooked, was to show you this.
That winning feeling is closer than ever before.
I'm now a racehorse owner.
It's like a stock market for racehorses. Morningline.io. Buy, sell, trade. Own the game.
There you have it. And I heard while we were on that commercial break, the room roared because the leaderboard did update. We see the new leader is Tommy Lemberg, $334.94. So he's $4.94 in front of Frank Polk. I'm going to put that on. I don't know if it's refreshed. It is refreshed. Okay, here we go. So you all can see where we are at. And then, Rachel, you want to talk about this final race at all?
Yeah, Santa Anita race 5. I see why you apologized to me yesterday because you gave me the 2 toughest races today to come on and talk about. She's like putting me on these really big burners. But you know what? I at first glance liked the 1, and I'm not going to try to overthink it today at all, which I think is kind of the story of a lot of the guys is once it gets like this, like I was just on Big talking about, like, you know, anybody can win right now because it's of the way it is with this race going the way it is. But I'm going to go with the 1. I like it. You know, I think it put up really nice speed figure 2 back in a pretty similar race. But, of course, what are they doing at Santa Anita? There's all this weather, and I haven't really – everything's good at Santa Anita, right?
Yep.
No
Smooth.
scratches except the 9.
By the way, mid-race at Oaklawn, saw what it looked like a tumbleweed go across the track.
Yes, a green tumbleweed. It did.
Tree branch or tumbleweed. We're not joking. There's some real life.
I thought I was the only
Wizard
one
of
that
Oz.
noticed that. It was like a pine tree branch,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Just blowing across.
You thought you were
maybe
still
I
seeing
received-
tumbleweeds
yes.
from the slot machines last night.
Yes,
You're like, ding, ding,
I
ding, ding,
literally,
ding, ding,
yeah. It was like, man, is my brain working correctly yet? It's halfway through the day.
So if we want to look at the leaderboard now that's updated, we can kind of see based on the odds
how
who
much
people can play, because right now, looking at the board, I think once you get beyond the top 5, I mean, really, it's like the top 3 that feel like they're in striking range right now, right?
They are. The top 3,
Everybody
100%,
else
it could go any
really
way.
would need a massive price, and there's only the 2 is the only horse in this race that's double-digit odds. Everybody else is single-digit.
Didn't he just say that his best bet is in this race too?
Yeah.
We should have had Dan ask him what his best bet was.
So let's break it down a bit. I don't think he would have shared that with us because
No,
you
he
gotta
probably
play
would've, you're right.
at this point. This
Can't
race.
we look up what their picks are?
Not until the race
as
goes.
soon as it starts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
see, you learn something every year.
Yeah, because this race is very much game theory at this
Oh,
point.
yeah.
I mean, more than handicapping. So if I were in the lead or second, when I play tournaments and I'm down to the last race, I calculate the exact distance between me and every player, and then I have an odds sheet that tells me for winning which horses can, what odds I need to get there. So I know it doesn't matter what I like. I know I need a 5-1 or more to get to where. And
You're
then
amazing to me. Every time you tell me stuff like that, I just I really have a girl crush on Alexa. It's bad. But yeah, keep talking dirty to me. And then what do? You have all the odds, and then you know that, okay, so I'm not even going to waste my time making this bet unless it's at that odds.
Because they won't get you there.
Makes perfect sense.
Exactly. So,
Okay.
for example, now Tommy's in a different position. He's in first place. So he doesn't usually, if he had like a $15 gap to second, then you would know I do not need to play anything under 9-2 because no one can catch me with it. So then I play the next horse I like the best
at the bigger price,
at the odds, above that to try to block people. So, but Tommy's got a $4.94 cushion. Any horse could get him from second place or whatever Frank plays. So, Tommy has, he's probably just going to play the horse he likes, I would imagine. I mean, more people will be playing long shots to try to catch him.
This is where you're forced to do that, though.
Yeah. This is where if you're trying, most people at this stage, I imagine, are trying to win because it's within reach.
Right.
And so you're probably, if you're Tammy in 5th place at $302 and you need $32, that's a 10-to-1 shot, maybe a 9-to-1 shot if it overpays. So she, could play the 2 or the 5 in this race. And so if I'm Tommy, maybe I play one of those 2 to be a little more defensive against people coming after me. But
I'll tell you what I would do. I'd play the 8.
Okay,
or
tell
one
me
of
why.
those. Well, you said that it has to be a certain amount of odds. I can't say that I like really the 5 or the 2, but Cali Cat is coming off of a win, and like you said, if that overpays, that could get you up. If you're one of the people a little bit lower, obviously the second place finisher or the second place person on the board right now doesn't need to do that, right?
They could play the favorite and beat him if Tommy didn't play the favorite.
Really, like the top 3.
Yeah,
probably can do what they want here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like?
Yeah, I would say so. I've lost my. They moved the leaderboard away from the main screen, but I'm trying to see. Third place is
Tommy is 234, and third place is 324. Oh, but I can't see the cents.
Okay, so 324. So $10.
Oh,
yeah. So Richard is probably
wouldn't play
open
the
to
2.
like not. Richard could do
anything but the
like 1 or the 7.
He could do the 7, but because the 7 will pay $11-12, which is enough to get him there if Tommy doesn't.
Isn't that if that's not Tommy's horse, right? If he's
if he doesn't get
the
blocked,
horse he likes.
But you can't play. You can't play what you think people are going to be blocking you with.
No, you especially in this last race.
Yeah, you just.
So if this
the
were
vibes, I'm feeling it. I'm anxious.
So
I know. I was about to say this is nerve-wracking. It's like this every year. Sorry, Gino. Go ahead.
No. If you're Richard, Alexa, or Rachel, so now you need to get that $10 that we're saying. You can't pick the 1. Maybe you can go the 7.
You could maybe pick the 1.
You could
like
do
the
the 7.
1. So a 2-to-1 odds horse pays $10 flat, and sometimes $9.80 if you get like an underpay. So that'd be really close. I would think that
I would
be
on
uncomfortable.
Me too.
Yeah, I would be uncomfortable needing $10 and playing the 1.
I think if you're playing to win,
you got to pick
a little bit bigger than that.
Maybe the 3, the 4, the 8, like you're saying, coming off a win.
Any of them are in the range that make a lot of sense. Like of those horses, the 3, Baldoro ran second last time out, and Captain Chuchis, who beat him, your friend Captain Coochies, who came back to win yesterday. The Cooch, who's
who?
That's Baldoro, who finished
3.
right behind Captain Coochies, and we saw him come back to win yesterday. So that form is pretty good.
In the comments, we want to hear you. We know you're watching. We want to hear who you would play, what strategy you'd take. So drop it in, and we'll put it on the screen. And I see that we've got 10-4-2 from Top Prakuzi.
Okay.
10-4-2 in here. Oh, wait, that must have been last race because there's no 10. So that must have been
ran second
the picks
at
for
Oakland.
last race.
And you know what's kind of settling in right now is it doesn't look like Dan Piazza really has a shot based on the prices. And
Where's he at?
He's at 6th. He's like
290.
It would be pretty tough. I mean, he would really need like the 2 in particular, and I just don't think it would mathematically work out for him. Which means we're gonna not have a back-to-back winner or a 2-time winner of this thing again, right? We're not.
And that's never happened.
That's insane,
right?
and it's just been an incredible run for Dan over the last few days, being in the top 10 at the end of the couple days. But it shows you how difficult this is. He was right there again in striking range today, but 1 or 2 races and. You don't have the opportunity to stay at the top of the leaderboard. Great handicapping from Dan, but it looks like he's not going to get the job done and win this thing. And so we'll be looking again for a first time ever back-to-back winner.
Rachel, I'm talking dirty to you. You see this sheet right here? Ooh, yeah, this sheet of numbers. Okay, so this
It's not even a
is
joke. Like, our mutual manager laughs at me because he brings in those pages, and I'm like, oh, let's go over those numbers. I'm such a dork for it. So, okay,
So,
explain this.
This is my odds sheet with win, place, payoffs that I've created for myself to always have handy. So when I'm ultra stressed, stakes are high, I don't have to think, I can look at the sheet. And a 13-1 is the longest horse in this race right now, the 2. A 13-1 would pay $40-ish. It varies, but it'd pay $40. So you look at, is anybody within $40 of, the leader? You're right. Gino,
That would probably be too much for Dan.
It'd be too much he's 44 away, so he probably doesn't have a horse in this race to play.
So, like, Dylan probably has a shot if the 2 wins, and they chose that, right?
Tammy and Dylan
probably could pull
play
it off.
that horse, and that's probably maybe the 5's the other horse they could potentially play to get there, but really the 2's most likely the horse that they'll play. If I'm thinking game theory, I think they'll play the 2.
You know what's funny? The 2 is actually my top pick in this race.
No,
too.
it's not.
Real? Okay, what do you like about it?
Oh my gosh, please do tell.
I actually played this horse a couple times back. This horse has actually run pretty well going long in similar spots. Last time was going 6.5 furlongs, and you can see was way, way out of it. And look how fast they went in that last race. 21-4, 43-3. Going 6.5. So this horse just got outrun completely in that race. Now he's going to stretch back out to a mile, where his races he was way more forward. Just 2 starts back. I mean, looking at speed figures, that 88 buyer would actually stack up pretty well. He was not far behind Balladoro in that race, and I actually remember that race because he kind of moved early, and it was his first start in a few months, and it was going a mile and an eighth. So I think at a mile, we could see this horse show a lot of improvement.
Yeah, 6th place, 2 lengths off for 6th. That's insane.
It was really late in the race, too, when he faded and he got tired in that final eighth. So I do think the mile will really help him.
You can tell from going from the lead to that he just kind of got tuckered out. That was a mile and an eighth. That was a long race for him.
Are there any theories as to who we think this bomb is that the leader, Tommy, said was his best pick of the day was in this race? It doesn't sound like he was going to change his strategy or who he was going to bet on. He said that these were, if you guys missed it earlier, he said that last night when he did all of his handicapping, he focused in on the final table.
Going backwards, right?
Yeah, so he worked backwards before he was even in the final table. Call it manifesting, call it what you will.
Manifest
but
destiny,
he
baby.
put together all of these selections and then kind of worked his way backwards through the tournament. So he's had this bomb pick since last night. He said he's not changing it. He's, I think, just pouring up another drink and eyeing his cigar, getting ready to celebrate.
The celebratory one.
What's the theory on who we think that pick is for him? And then we'll see if we're right. How's that for a little
that'll be
wager?
fun.
To say as confident as he was, like that it was his best bet, I'm trying to look at it from that aspect, right?
Mm-hmm. Now we're getting into psychology.
Right, yeah, no.
Again, we're so psychology. I love it.
Inside his mind, right? So who knows what that's like. If you guys are inside my mind sometimes, kind of a scary place to be.
Oh, yeah.
I never really know what's going on. I would predict if it were me that it was the 7 or the 8.
Really? You think so?
I think those would be one of the 2.
I think it would be the 7 or the 1.
Winslow is so sharp right now. So I could see him just thinking that, like, this would be a fine if I'm in the lead and I have this horse. But he didn't say he didn't say it as if, like, I'm in the lead. He just said this was my best bet. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's a short price.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bomb either. It just means his best bet of the day, the horse he liked the most on, in the races.
There are so many flooding in the comments right now with their picks, which we love. Like, we love to see everybody so engaged in this exciting moment.
What's the consensus?
People think he's going to pick the 2, Tommy. People think he might pick the favorite, the 7. Is that Beef Winslow?
Yep, Beef Winslow's the 7.
People think that might be his best bet.
This would be 3 in a row for Beef Winslow.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Wait,
one of them goes all the way back to.
7?
Never mind. I'm sorry. There's a big layoff between October 17th is his last race for 2025. I'm sorry. So this would be kind of 2 in a row. Anyone on my birthday. Okay, I like Beef Winslow. Change my mind.
All right, we got de Venezuela, el 8. Gracias, muchas gracias. Este es para
Muchas
ti, Rachel.
gracias. Muchas gracias, papi.
Si está mirando de otro país, queremos saber, avísenos en los comentarios y tendremos en la próxima mes tendremos otro canal en nuestro en EBR en WhatsApp. No tenemos ahorita, pero en próximo mes va a comenzarlo para una comunidad en español.
Yeah.
¿Qué pasa? Okay, so we've got
What she
some
said.
people are saying the 4.
The
We've got
3
more
looks
4s.
interesting
We've
a little
got
bit. Did anybody say they look the 3? Valdoro. That horse has been close in his last couple. This is a nice race. This is such a hard race to land on. They do this on purpose, obviously.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It is. Okay, I want to see, okay, we're 5 minutes out. The tension is mounting.
Try to put yourself in that spot, right now, if you're like...
I would be shaking, actually shaking.
Because when you're alive
Can't
in like
handle
a
pressure.
big pick 4 or pick 5, we always are looking at the will pays, even though we shouldn't, right? And you always are thinking about like how much it could be. And we've asked every person that we talked to this week about what they would do with the money if they won it.
Oh, I love
So
asking
they're already
people
like
that.
thinking about things that they may be doing with it. We're human. It's so hard not
I
to.
know.
You can't. Everyone
it's that
will tell
lottery
you
vibe, right?
to say
Like,
oh, you can be
yeah.
cool or stay cool or don't try not to get too. But we're human. We're not robots, and we're going to get high and low like this. And oh man, this is what you all as horse players strive for. We all strive for like an opportunity like this. Someone like Tommy right now needs to be right one time for $800,000 for a life-changing score for himself and his family.
I cannot even imagine. I cannot even imagine.
Like he could have a really, I know it's not this simple, but like he could have a 2-to-1 shot to win $800,000.
And this is it, right?
This is it.
This is it.
This is it.
So like yesterday and stuff, there were like 8 more not man.
Aces.
Yeah, you had a bunch of like wiggle room. Like it's so much more fun on this day because like this is it. He's probably thinking to himself, "Wow, I'm 4 minutes away from possibly having $825,000."
And you just think this is your day. Like that's what's great about playing the races is that we all have days like this where you don't win 800,000, but where maybe all your picks hit.
And you get a signer.
And,
oh, I love
right,
those days.
And you are just
100% the money.
Incredible opinion. And now he has an opportunity for his day to be like one of the bigger days you can have in horse racing. And
so cool.
Maybe it's not him. Maybe it's someone who's sitting in second or third, or maybe even a little farther back, and they get one of these big prices. But congratulations to everybody here, and that you've made it this far. Remember, if you just qualified to get here, that's awesome. If you made it to the Sunday in the top 10%, that's awesome. Frankie's saying hello to everybody, Miramati there.
I love that you said that because they're so hard on themselves too.
I know.
Dan
It's a great thing to be here.
The players are lining up, so we want to get Dan on the screen as well. Dan.
Hey, what's up, Alexa?
You got the players lining up here?
No, it's funny. There's only one player so far. It's Terry Frank, who's in 9th. Terry, you're the first one here. How punctual of you?
The usual way. It's Frank time, 10 minutes early to everything.
Well, it's been a great ride. You've got a bit of a gap to close here in this last race. Thoughts overall?
Go big, go home.
Let's
we're
go,
going
let's
big.
go.
All right?
We can make a couple of guesses here.
That was for Holly
Yeah,
and
we're going to
Michelle.
go big here. I got to move up. Thank you.
All right. Good luck. All right, so Terry's still holding out hope. He's he's about $50 behind. It's going to be really, really tough, which the way the board looks right now. You got 8-1, 10-1, 11-1, 9-1. Those are the longest shots on the board right now. So unless there's a really big move that kind of forces some money onto some other horses and away from others, it's hard to see Terry making that move. But near the top, it's super tight. I mean, first and second separated by less than 5. Second and third separated by 6. Third and fourth separated by another 20. And then Tammy in 5th is probably, that's we're sort of pushing it. I mean, in terms of the far end, in terms of what we would expect, if a long shot comes in, somebody who has a real shot at winning this, Tammy is currently $32 behind. So maybe. If she hits and no one else has that horse, and maybe, potentially. So they're in now. Frank Polk here, who took the lead 2 races ago. He's now looking at that guy who sits at the top of the leaderboard. I mean, you could get out of the way now if you want to. No, don't. So, how do you feel at this moment?
Fantastic.
Still feeling confident?
I'm not confident at all. Are you crazy? Horse race.
That's so great.
How about him? His confidence is not, rubbing off on you?
Oh, well, he kind of does, really. I'm worried about the cigar, though. But, that's...
I mean, I have a feeling he's probably at least thought about lighting it. If he does, if the sprinklers are going to go off.
Yeah, it's like, exactly.
Have you advised him against it?
No, I have not. He didn't ask my counsel yet, so I kind of advised him on what horse to pick instead. So I was just glad to see he had a beer. So that was just...
Final thoughts.
I hope we all have the same horse and we all win.
Very Miss America of him.
It was so Miss America. World peace.
All right, so the horses are going in now. Last race of NHC 2026. Just about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're missing about half the field still. Dan Piazza's coming in.
Here's Baldoro.
There's Richard Sugimoto just came in. All right, they're about all in now. Waiting on Dylan Donnelly. Dylan Donnelly looks like he's going to
I want to let everybody see.
not come all the way in. He's going to kind of stay to the outside and let everyone else join. So here we go. They're about all loaded, and I'll let you know the picks once they're up on the board.
Here's Cali Cat in the colors of Verona's
Here we go, everybody. Not in first is hoping they don't get blocked.
Rocket just
Tommy mentioned he hopes everyone has the same horses in.
They're off. Hot Rocket just stood still as the gate opened. Baldoro.
All right, Tommy has the 8. The people behind him do not have the same horse. Frank Polk has the 6. Richard Sugimoto has the 3. Dylan Donnelly has the 4. Tommy's calling for the wire. Tommy's horse is in the lead. Cali Cat. The 3 in third, Richard Sugimoto has that horse, and that would give him the NHC. So first and second, wow, a little pressure on the leader now, so he'll have to take back. No one has the 1. And Richard Sugimoto in third right now has the 3. The leader, Tommy Lenberg, has the 8. The 6 horse behind them, Frank Polk has the 6 horse. So 3, 8, 6. Those are the numbers to keep an eye on. All right, 3 between horse. If the 3 can do this, Richard Sugimoto will likely win. On the outside, the 4, Dylan Donnelly has the 4 at 10-1. Over the top, Dylan Donnelly. And the 6, Frank Polk 6, finishes second. That might be enough for Frank Polk to win. I do not think it's enough for Dylan Donnelly. It's going to be really close. We actually don't know who won. We don't know who's won this contest. Ooh. Frank has the 6.
So we've got a 10-1 in second place and a 10-1 in first place.
Here's the situation. You were $25 ahead of Dylan Donnelly. He had the winner at 10-1.
Oh, that's not good.
You finished second at 10-1. So what do you think? Can you do that math that quickly right now?
What was the question?
The question is, can you do the math to figure out if you won this thing?
No idea. It's close. It's really close. But if he won at 10-1, he's going to be at 22 plus place at $8 or something. So that's $30.
So $30.
And he'll be at 33.35. And it's all come down to my place.
He's going to get.
I get over $6-7. You should have this.
Absolutely.
He's only going to gain $14 on
Somebody
him.
was telling me that I'd lost for sure.
So according to Alexa, he should only gain $14 on you, which should be enough. If that's the case, as you're thinking about this, What's going on inside of you right now?
Well, it's. I hate to claim something is unbelievable and incredibly fantastic because I don't know if it's happened yet, but I'll say that it's unbelievable. No matter what happens, really, it's unbelievable, incredibly fantastic. So,
What people are you thinking about right now?
you know, family. My parents are gone, but I've thought about them the last day or two. So it's been a. My dad was a great gambler. He was loved the horses, loved to play craps, and
he got you into this.
Yeah.
He got you into this.
Yeah, kind of, actually, yeah. My first going to the races, I was about 10 years old, and we went to La Mesa Park in New Mexico, which is no longer around. And they couldn't find a babysitter, so they took me. I was about 10. I was the only sober person that was there, and so they started relying on me for picks as a 10-year-old. So that got me in.
Well, it looks like it might have paid off. All right, it's official now. Here are the totals. You got 3780. Dylan Donnelly got 12. What does that
Other
put
way
us?
around. Other way around.
Oh, the other way around. He has 3780. You have 12. Somebody do the math. Where are we? I'm gonna let them call it. I don't know. I can't do this math fast enough.
That's 2580. How far ahead of him was he?
2580. He was. Looks like he was 2496. Is it 2580 is the math? Where's Dylan?
People better at math than me are beginning to gather around Dylan Donnelly.
It's Dylan, unfortunately. By not much. I am sorry, Frank.
That's okay.
I'm sorry, Frank. All right, let's go over there real quick and see what's going on. All right, we're walking over to Dylan now. This is going to be a win by less than $1? It's not up on the board yet. It's official. 84 cents. Go ahead. Dylan, you just won the NHC by 84 cents.
Wow. Oh, that's holy shit. Wow. I mean, thank you to all the people who freaking bet the 6, and I don't even know what to say. That's insane.
Did you think you had it just doing the math in your mind?
No. I did. I thought I was fucked. I was like, I just didn't think I got it, and because I didn't know the guy had the 6, and I just wasn't getting too high, and I was like, well, let's see, and I'm not good at math, and 84 cents, fucking A, hell yeah.
What does this mean to you?
Oh man, it means the world. I mean, look at all these people here with me. It's really cool. It's really cool. It's a lot of work, and I do some prep work, and it pays off. I want to thank all my people for. Sometimes I don't know exactly what to do, so I say, this is my opinion. How do I get there? And Frank and people fucking help me, and it's you got to have friends, and I'm so happy, so blessed.
What is bringing the emotion out in you right now?
Just my grandfather, who passed away like 9 years ago. He was my homie, and I just wish I could spoil him. He's the one who got me into this, and it's badass. Let's go to Nobu and have some good food and have some drinks. 84 cents, what the fuck? Dude, that's crazy. Yeah. Wow.
Dylan Donnelly, your NHC champion. Congrats.
There we have it, 27th National Horseplayers Championship.
That was, I mean, this is honestly, guys, I mean, 84 cents after 3 days, after all these races.
It just goes to show how much every little decision.
Yeah. That's insane. I think my favorite part of all the shows, though, was when Dan went, holy shit. Because, I mean, really, I don't remember in the last, I mean, I've only been here 5 years, but I don't remember it being that tight in any of the years I've been here. That's insane. Less than
And you
$1.
got to feel for Frank Polk. I mean, that was an absolutely, I think just doing the quick math,
Yeah.
it seemed like Frank had it.
It did. I mean, that was so tight. I mean, the whole final table was just so neck and neck. I think it was probably the most position-moving table we've seen in a long time. Hey, great job, Dan. Great job.
Thank you. I'm in shock.
Not you.
I don't even know what
I
just,
had. Returning. Great job to you too, though. You did do great. Dan Piazza was right behind us. So where did he end up in?
Yeah.
We'll give you one last look at the leaderboard here as well. So Dan Piazza is 6th place. He will take home $100,000. Tammy, the lady bringing it home for the ladies, she's getting $125,000.
Awesome.
Richard, who was the leader early on, is going to take home $150,000. Tommy, with bringing the good vibes, will take $200,000. Frank Polk, $300,000, and Dylan, $825,000.
Wow. That's great. I have a feeling Tommy's still riding.
Tommy's still heading to the limo, I think, honestly. He's still got $200K to burn. So, anybody who cashed in the top 83 people today all did incredible. Everybody did incredible. It's such a hard tournament. So, congratulations to everybody.
That's so crazy to be Tommy, and then that's just how, it's so crazy how it is. Like, you're sitting on the top, $4 ahead, and then one race.
Is there any shot that Dylan is the youngest or maybe close to the youngest?
Justin Mustari.
I interviewed him last year. Justin, yeah, he
Justin
was the
Mustari
youngest.
won at 26 or 27, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you still have us?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So Dylan is done with the interviews, and now he's going to go up to the front, and he'll get his jumbo check. He's getting congratulations now, as you can see from a bunch of people just coming up to him. This is also, look, I mean, this is a part of, a lot of these people played in this contest. They know how hard it is, and to see it come down to 84 cents is just, I mean, he was speechless. I mean, obviously he was speechless, right? I mean, there's not much you could say when it comes down to less than $1, but all these players clapping for him is really cool to see as well.
Yeah, he was super emotional, crying, and that was just a huge, huge win for him. Can't believe it. It's just so fun, these contests, you guys. The 2026 winner, Dylan Donnelly.
84 cents.
I planned that. That was such great timing. Brian and I are like on the level.
Same wavelength.
I'm a professional, guys.
Sharing the last brain cell in Vegas.
I literally do
Passing
have
it back
one
and forth.
left. You guys know I can't gamble though, right? I mean, on horses, obviously I'm allowed, but I have an IGC license in Indiana. I know we're going to get back to him, but to Phil, I'm not allowed to gamble. Did you guys know that? I can't touch money,
Really?
even if it's on the floor in the casino.
Oh,
so
no.
when I come here, I'm like a fiend.
Oh.
It's like on
Like a
Sunday, I
chastity
just
belt.
set on, yes!
It's like a Vegas chastity belt.
It's like I just set on Bic. You know how on Sundays you always want Chick-fil-A? Because you can't have
Always.
it.
Oh.
So whenever I come, I got to gamble because I can't do it.
I love that. You might find yourself back at maybe one of the...
I think I will find myself at the roulette table this evening, you guys.
Greg, is there an interview that we need to...
It gets so bunched up down there from everyone saying hi. And
I believe that Tom will be interviewing, Tom Rooney, who was on the show at the start. I believe we'll be doing the presentation and interview, talk to Dylan, potentially.
Yeah, I think so. And then there's an award ceremony tonight where everybody can make speeches and, have some eats and celebrate.
Yep.
And Eclipse Award winner, too. So,
Guys, can you think back to 10 minutes ago and us looking at only the top 3 players saying, yeah, nobody really has a shot outside those top 3?
very astute observation, Dan.
We weren't even talking about Dylan having a shot 10 minutes ago.
We really were not. We did not mention his name one time.
Is it not remarkable? I mean, he is the only player who picked who picked the one horse who brought him just enough money
Thank
to
you,
leapfrog
Doug
everyone.
O'Neill.
Amazing.
Yeah, that is amazing. And you know what else? We were all like, oh, there's so many horses that have really good shots here. The ones that are getting bet, we were like, oh, these 4 horses, they look really strong. And we were at least we alluded to the fact that you'd have to have a 10-1 to win to catch them. And exactly what we said kind of happened, but it just wasn't to someone we were talking about.
We'll give out an awful lot of prize money.
Oh my God, guys.
In the ballroom right down the hall.
What do we do now?
I don't know. I really feel like Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands.
No, let me bring Noel in here, because Noel came up to me and he said that he'd never seen anything like that. Noel's been around the contest scene for a long time.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I mean, we've had very close finishes at the NHC before, maybe as close as like $1 or $2, but never what happened here, where 2 guys simultaneously hit the last race winning place, and it just came down to who was going to basically pay more to place. Both horses were 10-1. Obviously, he was going to get the win money. He was down $25, and it's amazing that it turned out this way. It really is. I've never seen in 27 years of this tournament. I never saw that happen.
Doing the quick math, we were all standing here and we thought it was Frank doing the quick math.
Yeah. Well, first everybody was just like, Dylan won. Oh my God, he had it. And then the realization that the other guy had the place horse, and
$25 ahead.
And was $25 ahead. And you're like, oh, because a lot of people in here were rooting for Dylan. And, it went from, yeah, he won it to like, oh, maybe he didn't win. And then the wait for the payoffs to come. And then even when they put the payoffs up, people still, you're trying to do the math in your head, right? Because it's like, oh my God, it's cents either way. So just a thrilling finish.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I haven't been to all of these, but I think you could say this is probably the greatest NHC of all time.
I think you could say that. The runner-up, Frank Polk, I mean, this guy is a guy that has been around tournaments for like 25, 30 years. And then you have a guy like Dylan, who makes the final table 2 years in a row. He's made a big dent in the tournament game in just the last 5 years or so. I mean, so it could have gone either way, and both of them would have deserved it.
I think, and you guys could check me on this at the desk, I think he's 34 years old, and he's made the NHC 7 times already, so obviously he's got a lot of years ahead of him and has a lot more to accomplish. But, if I had to put my money on somebody now becoming the first ever player to win the NHC twice, it'd probably be Dylan Donnelly.
You can't bet against that at this point. I mean, I thought it was an amazing accomplishment just to make the final table 2 years in a row, which it is. But to cash like that, and I mean, he's never going to forget that. And I think, a lot of people here who go to the NHC every year, they're going to remember that for a long time.
He was nowhere on Friday, too. I think he said he had $50 at the end of Friday.
That kind of thing is not unprecedented, like where you just have a monster day to come from out of nowhere, But the problem with that is it's hard to do that 2 days in a row. Like if you have that huge day, it's hard to follow it up with another huge day, and he did it, so hats off to him.
All right, Dylan Donnelly, the NHC 2026 champion. Noel Michaels, thank you for all your work out here, running around, helping us out, and, we'll be back here next year, God willing.
Yeah, we'll have all the recaps up at americasbestracing.net, so, we'll always be following the tournament scene for sure.
All right, guys, back to you on the set.
Thanks, Dan. We're doing a little musical chairs here. We're ending with the ladies. Rachel, and...
Rachel, Alexa.
Me, so...
Queen of the Rachels.
Powerful position. No, that was incredible. A very photo finish, thrilling finish in the 27th NHC, where you're so thankful for everybody who has made this possible, the NTRA, the Daily Racing Forum, morningline.io, and of course us here at America's Best Racing. And for all of you, we've got first Greg, JD, Alex behind the scenes, making it all happen. Dan out on Rover, giving us hot takes from in the field, real-time journalism right there. And all of you tuning in, we're so appreciative that you've stuck with us for the last, not 3, but 4 days for the last chance qualifier, and then the NHC.
once a day. You guys have really done a great job up here on the desk, and I want to be the first to tell you that. Congratulations on a successful broadcast for 4 days. I bet you're exhausted. Are you ready to unscrew your smiles?
Yeah, we are. What about you, Rachel?
I'm riding the wave of whatever Dylan was saying. The whole Nobu sounded great for tonight. In the land of some good sushi.
Go for some sushi.
The Shido peppers.
Oh, yeah. I'm just ready to put my feet up, relax, and enjoy this last night in Vegas. I don't know if we're all going to make it home. Sounds like there's some winds throughout the country.
I just got a text that the Indianapolis airport is completely closed.
Really?
So
I'm just going to stay here. Does anybody want to party with me in Vegas? Because Rachel's just staying for the week, apparently.
Let's do it.
Maybe I'll just follow Dylan around and trail after his $825
You're like,
million.
hey, do you want to
Or
go
$1,000.
into the Prada store?
Do you want to stop real quick at Louis Vuitton? Why does it always come back to purses? Anyway, thank you everyone for joining us on America's Best Racing. I'm happy to be a part of this wonderful team. You guys are great.
Thank you, Rachel. We're so happy to have you. Thank you. And we will catch you next time with America's Best Racing.
It's America's original sport, and no one covers it better than americasbestracing.net. From the sport to the lifestyle, the best races, horses, and destination venues, cocktails, gambling, fashion, and more. americasbestracing.net is a sport for you.